my god, it's the fucking 108 tourney.
Can you go? Death row? What a brother, no. Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal D. Public enemy number one, 546 freeze. And I got dumb. Can I tell him never had a gun? But it's the wax that's the Terminator X1. Got me in a cell, cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet and I think you wanna listen to.
Like, Lawrence's fish and shrimp is so fetch. I love eating it for real.
Yeah, yo, come on. Here we go again.
Wow. What an intro. Yes.
Thank you, Anthrax and Public Enemy, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit, but actually just all 108 tourney tonight.
Yeah.
And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly or that he manifested that, which he's going to say a lot tonight.
I manifested 128 people is what
it.
I did right here, baby.
If my Sock Summer talks about the gym or tells us he simply didn't have time, which he's not going to because he did all the videos, all the graphics. A lot of time. So he had time, but fuck it, still drink for that. And if I talk music or Star Wars, which I probably will, you drink. And of course, you can make all of us drink for $1.08 or more. Please more. But speaking of drinking, fellas, what are you drinking tonight? And are we on the quest for 50 with your drink? Beef Loaf, what are you drinking tonight?
I am not on the quest because I wanted to prepare for a party tonight. The 108 tourney main event bracket reveal is a party to me. So what I got for me is some crazy juice, Treasy. This is when I really go off the rails.
Crazy juice.
I have a bunch of shots, double shots over here of Sailor Jerry. Let me see. I got 3.
Bad idea.
I got 4. And then on the side here, I got 2 different mixers. I got the Diet Dr. Pepper, which is preferred actually, but I don't have quite enough of it. So I've got the Diet Pepsi as well. And then I got a bucket. I got the homemade ice from the ice maker right here. So we're going to have a night. All right. If I get through all this before we're done, I'll be speaking in tongues with the final bracket. I'll tell you that.
Love it.
I thought maybe he was going to have a bottle of Hypnotic there, MSS, and try and do an Incredible Hulk with rum. That's where I thought that was going, but all right, he's off the quest tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. My Sock Summer, what are you drinking tonight?
I am also off the quest. I was gonna go. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do Eagle Rare tonight, right? And that's the first thing that came to my mind. Is like, I'm gonna have a good one, and I only have like this much left in my bottle. I was like, no, I'm not using that tonight. And then I was like, okay, well, I like the other one, oh shit, I can't remember the other one. But anyway, I like that one too. And it's a full bottle, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm doing the Smoke Wagon from Las Vegas.
Who cares?
And if I run out of Smoke Wagon, then I'm gonna go to the Knob Creek. 100.
Who cares?
So yeah, just whiskey, bourbon tonight, and that's just bourbon. That's all I'm doing. Not on the path. Totally fucking horrible story. I get it. Yeah. What are you doing tonight, Treasy? Are you on the path?
I am, man. I'm on the quest. So I got the Schlitz.
Yes.
Oh, holy shit!
Great call.
I only got 6 of these tall boys, so we'll see if they last through the whole show. So we'll
never gonna make
do our best. And I'm not hosting tonight, so like that's
you're hosting, but I'll be doing all the driving. Absolutely, yeah.
Then that's not even hosting to me. I'm just drinking. I'm just drinking and entertaining myself tonight as we get into the 108 turn. We got a quick drink here from our guy Jerry O'Sullivan. He says, "Congratulations ahead of time on another successful 108 tourney. Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bless your heart, Jerry.
Bless your heart, Jer."
Now, we did just complete the 108 tourney celeb bracket. Beef, why don't you tell us what went down?
Yeah, so big day today. We're coming off last night when we had the hugest upset in 108 tourney history. Chris Tannehill overtaking White Sox Dave to get to the championship. And I put on the post-game show that it was like when Duke beat UNLV. And we remember that when we were kids. UNLV was unbeatable, man. Undefeated. That never lost. And Duke came through and beat them. Chris Tannehill advanced. So White Sox Dave slid down to the third place game. And White Sox Dave's playing for Chicago Canine Rescue. He faced off with Annie Costabile, and she's playing for Girls in the Game. Early in the day, White Sox Dave ruled the day. He was winning easily.
Whooping.
In the second half of the day, though, Annie's people came through big time. The retweets, the pushing for her to get votes, and miraculously, she went from down 10 points to beating White Sox Dave 59% to 41%.
Wow,
Triumphant victory. Girls in the game, and Annie Costable will get $200 of our money. Congratulations. Yep. Great job, Annie. Annie's kind of new to the 108 universe. Does a great job for the Sun Times covering the WNBA and occasionally the NBA when people are out, basketball person. So great job, Annie. Absolutely terrific.
Incredible debut. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
And her people showed out. And I mean, that's what we want to see in these. We're going to do a little celebrity bracket. We're going to do some charities and stuff. We want people to show out for the new people and for the charities. And it was a good showing for the charities too. A lot of people were pushing charities, and I saw a few of the charities even interacting. I saw Lost Boys Inc. were interacting with the tournament a lot, and that's good. We wanted to get all these communities together. This way, when you know you want to donate to something, you're aware of these charities now, and they're out there. And so, great job by all of our celebrities.
The champion, a bunch of people gave money to all these charities too. Like
I do too. And you can click through the blog; it's still there. We'll put it up throughout the regular 108 tourney in case people want to donate directly. So $200, Annie and Girls in the Game. Championship match today was wild. I mean, it was. It was like Eddie Barstool really didn't participate that much throughout this tournament. He'd throw a retweet, and then he'd have the Barstool minions come through, and then he'd win by a substantial margin. Today, though, Chris Tannehill's got his people too.
Got the mob.
And the 670 score people. Yeah, the mob. And everyone was coming out, and Danny Parkins is coming back from the dead and retweeting them. And I heard Shane Reardon's talking about it on the radio to try to get voters in. All day this went back and forth. Eddie Barstool came back over the top. Hey, you guys are trying to make it Cubs versus Sox. The 108ers invited me. The call's coming from inside the house. And John Greenberg is showing shade at White Sox Twitter. He's saying if you don't win, you're disrespecting yourself. You deserve all the shit you get from Cubs. And so a real nice rivalry popped up, a lot of pushing back and forth. And the match went back and forth all day. It was a point or two in either direction, and you'd see Tanny slide ahead, and then you'd see Eddie go back ahead, and you'd see White Sox Dave retweet, "Don't fucking let Red Ed win." And then Tanny would slide back ahead or whatever. But in the end, Eddie Barstool has just been a juggernaut through the tournament. He ended up being just too much for Chris Tannehill. And he ends up winning this match 52-48 is the final. I think that's the final.
Good job, Danny.
I mean,
52-48.
Eddie's just beloved in White Sox Twitter, and he's so fascinated with it that it makes sense that he's beloved there. Like, the only thing you can go at him with is the Cubs thing. Like, we're trying to keep these things close, that's all we got to grasp at. Because, like, you're not using Red Ed to knock him down on White Sox Twitter.
There's a bunch of comedies in White Sox Twitter. Yeah.
That makes him more popular.
I got to bring this up too. I pointed this out. Baloney said the score quote tweeting the wrong poll didn't help. Yeah, so the account for the actual show quote tweeted the poll from yesterday that was already over. That he'd already won. So they didn't even get the votes there. And that might have been the decider. It's 4 points or 3 points all in. Basically, there it was actually 51.5 to 48.5. I don't know how many votes that would have been, but for whatever, it didn't end up winning. So, and John Greenberg chiding us, White Sox Twitter, the pushback on that is Eddie Barstow has 130,000 followers. He has a goddamn national audience. All right, you have to remember like sometimes the normie media doesn't realize how gigantic Barstool is. Barstool's fucking gigantic, and that. So I thought tough fight from the White Sox Twitter crew.
I loved it from John though, because John just loves to give a shit. I mean, like my Sox Summer tried to rip his arms out of his fucking sockets, like Chewbacca,
respectfully,
respectfully,
in a playful way.
Now it's on. Like it's an ongoing thing with us. We'll just go back and forth forever with John, and we love it.
So anyway.
He gets assigned to the South Side to see what streak we can break next. And he has to stay there for all those days in a row. That's right, John.
So anyway, Chris Tannehill and CJE Senior Living, they get $300 of our money, so we'll donate that to the charity. And Eddie Barstool, Big Brothers Big Sisters Chicago, $500, the top prize, the champion of the inaugural 108 Tourney Celebrity Charity Challenge. Great job, Eddie Barstool. And Eddie Barstool's a dear friend of the show, and he's had us on their shows a couple times. Like and he's been on this show before, so good people.
Awesome dude, awesome charities. I'm just Beef. you know, me and MSS, we actually were behind this one, so I thought it was going to fail. Like when you brought it, I was
You
like,
thought it was a good idea when I brought it
I was
up.
like, this is a great idea.
Fabulous.
And MSS was like,
idea.
yeah, great idea. So I was thinking to myself, like in the back of my mind, I was like, this is bound to fail because me and MSS were so in on it that it was bound to fail. But it worked beautifully. I'm so happy with it. And it's just really cool. Like I think it was from Lost Boys Inc. The director there.
Yes.
Quote tweeted it and was just like, this is how you guys got to bring community together. Martin responded to some of it. Martin Atkins, who was in the tournament, was like, thanks for doing something positive. We need as much positivity as possible all the time. And like, it's good to be on that side of things.
Yes, sir.
We won't be for long because the show's about to start.
Over.
Let's get some drinks real quick.
Let's do it.
From our guy Gordo. Gordo, hope you're doing well. He says, good luck to
yeah.
everyone in the tournament this year, except Alexis.
Oh man, Treasy wrote that for him, I think.
I have access to his account now. Nava says, cheers, boys. Ready to rock this #1 spot. Thanks, gents. Cheers.
Oh yeah, John. Don't let me down,
Cheers,
baby.
John. John, you're getting a nice package. John purchased a bunch of stuff from our merch shop, so he'll be getting a nice big old package from Emmett.
Oh, hello.
And then our guy CJ got to head back to work, but wishing the best of luck to all the 108 tourney players. Cheers, peers.
Cheers.
Cheers, CJ. Delicious.
I like getting CJ's drink early in the show because he's always got something in there that like rhymes or that's like really catchy, and I don't want to fuck it up. And I feel like an hour into the show, I'd fuck it up. So I'm glad he got in there early, got that drink to us. Cheers, buddy.
Love it.
MSS, I think it's about time to pay some bills.
Here we go.
Fish fry Fridays in the windy city haze, rolling to Lawrence for that holy praise. Breaded kites of Savior wrapped in paper gold, the smell of fried shrimp and never gets old. Down in Lawrence is on a Lenten spree, fish and shrimp, feeding salty souls like me. Forgiveness served on a platter real hot with tartar and ketchup. This spot just hits the spot.
That's right. When you think of Lent, you think of Jesus as a cowboy. Yep, in the city of Chicago. Thank you, Lawrence and Fish and Shrimp, for sponsoring the 108 tourney.
I mean,
The fucking nerve of MSS. I'm gonna have to speak for 3 hours. He bangs me right away with Brokeback Jesus. How are you gonna throw that up to in front of me right in the beginning?
I didn't even.
I said I'm
consider
gonna be
the
drinking heavy. I gotta tell you all these things. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I put all your graphics in order, so you at least got that
fucking
going.
I
incredible.
double checked him, yeah, and I was like, oh, MSS lined me up perfectly. Love it, baby.
Yeah.
Beefloaf, it's at this point of the show that you take over, my friend. Have at it.
I am taking over right now. And I want to give a short preamble of the 108 tourney. We're not going to give you the entire history like we used to in the past. That's too much. Those of you who managed to stick with us for this will be the 8th one. You guys know the drill roughly. And if you don't, you're going to figure out as it goes. And as people in the comments cheer and jeer along with us. But I do want to mention this tournament has been through 2 partners here who did not believe in it. It lived through a pandemic. The COVID tournament was one of our biggest one. It lived through bots. It's, as Treasy would call it, it's the biggest Follow Friday, which no one does Follow Friday anymore on Twitter. You know, but this is what we consider this. This is 128 people we think you should follow. They'll be entertaining for you. For us, it's the preseason parties that brings you up to the start of White Sox season. That's why we do it. I decided to make some changes this year, but before I get into that quickly, I'd like to mention as the brackets get unveiled, some people are retired from this tournament. The 3 people on your screen are retired from it. In the first 7 years of doing this, we felt like our personas were necessary to pump up, get views on this tournament, and so that we can draw people in. We no longer feel that way. We didn't feel that way last year even. We were kind of like, well, we're still in this. Why are we still in this? We should be out of this because White Sox Twitter's grown big enough and people want to see you guys' content. And we're just not needed in that part of the tournament anymore. We also retired our wives from the tournament, so that they go through the mental anguish of doing this. And the last notable retirement, which we did mention last year at the end of the tournament, is Allie White Sox. Allie White Sox, former champion, has been retired for excellence in the tournament. She will have a bracket named after her. And so you'll see that kind of later on the show. Go ahead, Teresa, you got something?
No, Beef, I just like that you said like we're unnecessary, and I was just like thinking of doing a meme of myself as Thanos instead of I'm inevitable. I am unnecessary. I think that's a perfect Chirizi tagline.
We're necessary to run the tournament, but we're no longer necessary to get eyeballs on it. You guys will get all the eyeballs on it. You guys are the show, basically. I made one change, a format change to the tournament this year that I want to get into before we unveil the first bracket. And I did it to 7 of the 8 brackets. I did not do it to the 108 bracket. The 108 bracket is the one that has 1,000 follow. You have to have 1,000 followers or less on Twitter. That one I didn't touch. But for the other remaining 7 brackets, I realized something over the years of doing this tournament, that I would put people in this tournament and I would put them a 16th seed or a 15th seed or even sometimes a 14th seed. And I was sending them in there as this goddamn sacrificial lamb. They were going in and firing in there against a Missy Carroll or against a Brian Knights or whoever. I mean, these big shooters, Summer George or Allie White Sox, and having no chance. They're going to, day one, they're going to lose 85-15, and it's not going to be a very fun experience. So I thought, what if I eliminate that? And instead, I just note the top 4 seeds in each bracket, and then the other ones are going to play in a 3-way match, giving the people that would have been 15, 14, 16 seeds a better shot, more competition. And so in the interest of competitiveness, I adjusted the field to reflect that, and we hope that that's giving more opportunities to the people who would have been in those spots before.
Everybody knows 3 ways are the best, so we're all down with this.
Last but not least, before we get to the first bracket, this is just a reminder: the 108 tourney will have 128 participants. I follow over 2,000 people on Twitter. Chirizi and MSS follow between 4,000 and 5,000 people. The 108 account follows roughly 5,000 people. If we did not select you, we probably still love you. Some of you can go fuck yourselves, but mostly we still love you. You just didn't quite make it into the field. It's nothing against you personally. It's just when I'm putting this together, I'm putting a big storyboard together, and sometimes not everyone who I think could fit ends up fitting. And so my apologies to you if you get to the end and you're like, fuck Beefle if I didn't make it. Now, it doesn't mean you can't curse me out. Feel free to DM, curse me out, subtweet me out there, soft block me like Shy Sox John did like 4 years ago when he didn't make it. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better, please feel free to do it. And boys, chime in if there's anything else you think they should do to the Beefle if they don't make it.
No, I was going to say that they should angrily DM you at 2 a.m. to find out which category they're in. We still love you, or go fuck yourself. And I think, around that time, after about a bottle of Sailor Jerry, you'll be willing to tell them which one they live in.
Right. I also think, yes, if you don't like something that happened, definitely direct it to the guy that created the tournament, and that is Beefloaf, the guy that made the selections. If you like something about it, it was all of our ideas. Okay. We had a group thing.
That's
right.
A
group meeting. If you like it, me and Chirizi definitely had a part in it. But if you don't like it, it was
probably mostly us.
That's true. Because we have the good ideas, the nice ideas. He has the mean ideas. He's very good at the mean.
Yeah. Oh, right. Sure. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, fine. All right. Without further ado, let's get to our very first bracket. And the first bracket is the White Sox Dave region. So the White Sox Dave region is typically what we would call the quote unquote media region. Doesn't mean everyone in media will necessarily be in this bracket, but that's how we line it up. I'm going to announce it for the podcast listeners. I'm going to announce seeds 1 through 4 first, and then we'll go to the groups. And when I say a group name, it'll be right behind the seed. So if I say group 1, that'll be right behind the number 1 seed, feeding into them for the next round. So in the White Sox Dave region, the number 1 seed is Courtney Finicum. The number 2 seed is Ryan McGuffey. The number 3 seed is Jordan Lazowski. And the number 4 seed is Chris Lanuti. Now, the first round matchups starting on Monday, March 10th. This is Group 1. So the winner of this will play Courtney Finicum. That'll be on Wednesday, March 12th. But these matchups are on Monday, March 10th. It is Elijah Evans, BZ, my guy Besnick from Sox on Tap, and Not Cease. Those three will go against each other for the chance to meet against Courtney Finicum. Group 4, which will feed into playing Chris Lanuti on Wednesday, March 12th, but this matchup is on Monday, March 10th, has Nicole Reitz, Sox Mom 72, and Xavier Sanchez. Shifting over to the other side of the bracket, this is Group 3, and this matchup will be on Tuesday, March 11th, and it will feed into playing Jordan Lazowski Thursday, March 13th. That is Todd Welter, Sean Anderson, and Chris Gonzalez. And finally, Group 2, also playing Tuesday, March 11th, and they're feeding into the group that will play again. The winner will play against Ryan McGuffey on Thursday, March 13th. Slavko Bekovic, our old friend Winkle Jones, and Tori Rubenstein. That is your White Sox Dave bracket. First question for you guys about this bracket. I'm going to leave it up there when I asked the question initially. Which of the round 1 groups kind of resonate loudest with you? Is it the Elijah, BZ, and Not Cease group because BZ was making fun of fake prospect experts? Is it the White Sox Twitter podcast hosts with Todd Welter, Sean Anderson, and Chris Gonzalez? Or is it the NBC Sports Chicago family reunion with Slavko, Winkle Jones, and Tori? Treasy, what do you think?
I love the NBC one, like Slavko, Winkle, and Tori, because Winkle Jones going to be up in there. He's going to be the loudest voice in the room, and like I think in general, like you end up with situations like that where like one person is like really kind of like going all out, but I think that the other two will be drawn in by it. And so, like, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I think Winkle will bring out the most in everybody else.
And having,
how about you, my Sox? What do you think?
Loaf, having Slavko and Chris Gonzalez in the same bracket makes them, they both have to pay attention, because they're like, there's two of us in here. Our show cannot be made fun of twice. You can't just like, we can't become the laughing stock of the White Sox Dave reason. So we have to show up. Now, I think you did Xavier Sanchez a little dirty. You put him in a bracket of two people that are probably going to like, they're well loved on Twitter. So that's a little hard for Xavier, but Xavier, I got faith in you, buddy. I think you're going to do fine.
I wanted to give Xavier a chance. I feel like he's been out there a while, and even though he's a young kid, he's been doing it for a minute, and I was like, this kid deserves a shot in this tournament.
This is his first tourney, right?
This is his first tourney. Yeah, this is his first tourney. I think he deserves it. You know?
He wasn't in last year, and he was a little upset, right?
He was a little bummed, but I think he was right to be bummed. He's been out here doing shit for a long time, and I thought it was time to get him in there. You know? Yeah,
so no, I agree with you. You know, I love your guy and my guy BZ in saying that he's the best. Awesome. So that's just going to be a crazy bracket too. But I guess the number one is definitely NBC Family Reunion. Then having to go play against Ryan McGuffey right after that, like it's all incestuous. Like I think that's the best one by far. But you know, hey, let's see what Todd Welter and Sean Anderson can do to each other up there too, because that could be interesting. Todd's been throwing stuff out there already, so he looks like he's primed to kind of maybe talk a little shit in a very nice lockdown kind of way.
Yeah, when I look at that group right there, the three, you look at Todd, Sean Anderson, and Chris Gonzalez, like I just feel like that's gonna be so hotly contested. We know Sean, he's competitive, he doesn't want to lose. Todd has been hyped about wanting to be in this tournament. He felt like he should have been in last year too. And then Chris Gonzalez, I mean, the Blackout show, Ozzie Jr. and all of them, they get behind their people. If their people are in some shit, they get behind them. And so like that, it wouldn't surprise me if that's like one of the, the most looked at brackets of this first round, just because it feels like every single one of these people want to win. And when they win, they look like they're looking at themselves, I'd get past Jordan Lazowski. What's Jordan Lazowski? I'd get past him, right? I mean, that's the way they got me looking at it. Tracy, what do you think?
So I'm going to throw something out there. I think this bracket ends Courtney against Sean.
Wow. Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm feeling Sean. I'm feeling Sean. Not physically, just in it.
Dude, he's not your type, huh?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just, I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Yeah, Courtney's going to be tough to beat. I mean, that's definitely it's going to be hard. But I don't know if Guffey and Lazowski, man, I don't know. 35th and Socks has got a good following on all socials.
Oh yeah,
and so I mean that's if they can motivate their people to do something. If Lazowski has enough time to like tweet and talk
you don't
about
know.
it, we'll see.
He might
know?
be a coaching. He might be a baseball practice and forget that it exists. So
I'm gonna be 100% honest, guys. I didn't watch half of the White Sox games this year. So
I remember that. What year was that? He's like, I haven't watched any
years
games.
ago. It was like 23.
You're like, what?
You're just like, wait a second. What did you just say? Oh, sure. I was making breakdowns of this shit and blogging it, but hey, I wasn't watching it.
Yeah, but I never saw any of it.
Yeah, you Courtney's over. Courtney's out in Tina's right. Like Courtney's out in like fucking spring training right now, interviewing players. I think she knows how to motivate people, hopefully, to vote for it. So I don't have a big problem saying that Courtney's probably going to take the bracket, but I maybe McGuffey could give her a run. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, Courtney was actually giving me a little shit on Twitter. It's like, how come I'm not in this a celebrity bracket? And now I want full disclosure. I considered that, but most of the Sox Twitter people that were in there, they wrecked house in this tournament first.
Yeah.
You gotta make your bones in with the regular people first before you jump up there. The other people are from outside sources generally, and so that's kind of the way I play it. So if you kick ass in this thing, fine. Then I can look at you like that. But that's so. That I was going to ask you guys that as the next question here is like when I look at this bracket, to me it looks like it's Courtney versus Ryan McGuffey. And you guys seem like you're feeling Courtney a lot. You don't think Guff has any shot against the Catman is behind Guff, and I saw the Catman was out there supporting Jonathan Hood in the charity tournament too.
How'd that work?
If Courtney against McGuffey, it's going to be close. But I think Courtney beats him. Let's get a drink real quick because our guy K-Dog Kier shows up. He says, "I swear if I'm not in this year's tourney, I'm going to go Billy Wires psycho mode and thrash beef loaf." If you were wondering what I was referring to with the 2 a.m. message,
there you go.
Now I think you know.
Well, sure. Not the only one, but it is one of them. Cheers.
Can I get a ruling here? Soxmon 72 is not Joy, correct?
It is not Joy. That's Melissa.
So Gabriel, this is not Joy. Soxmon 72.
That's not Joy.
It's just your heads up.
Person.
Just so you're aware. She's not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's Melissa. We saw Melissa at Sox Fest.
Yes,
she was actually on stage for some of the fun stuff, some of the hijinks up there.
And her son's almost 21. We're really going to corrupt his ass when he turns 20.
Oh, he cuts through. One last thing to note on this bracket. You're probably sitting around and saying you guys retired yourselves, but there are some other like high profile podcasters or whatever, and they're not in here. You didn't put them in here.
Yeah.
Look, I kind of like play this thing with who has juice at any one time on Sox Twitter. And people may have great products and they do great things and all this stuff. But if they don't got a lot of juice for something like this, then I just leave them out. And it's nothing against them. It's just like,
or if we know they're just not going to give a shit.
Yeah,
right?
I mean that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Like
thing.
Yeah, if you're yeah, exactly. No, that's kind of what I mean. It's like if you're not going to be like, oh, I'm in on this. Let's go. What's the point of putting you in there? I'd rather give the space to someone, who could use the push here, and then we'll have some fun with it. Let's enjoy ourselves a little bit. So
you said juice, so I had a different idea of what you were talking about. I felt like I was thinking the movie Juice. I thought it was like Pac, But
yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, Treasy. But you're trying to save him a little bit. I'll let you save him.
Was Omar Epps in there? Omar
Epps is a star. Yeah, he's a star.
He's in Jupes. Yeah,
he's a star of it. Omar Epps.
Well,
he's the
Tupac
DJ
is in there too, right?
Well, he's in there, but he ain't the star.
Yeah, but Omar's a star. Yeah, bro, don't tilt your head like that. All right,
man.
Who ends up with the juice at the end? All right, that's all I'm asking.
I don't know that you've seen it. I don't know that you've seen it.
I saw it once. Didn't like it.
My Sox are juiceless. Okay.
I didn't like Juice.
You didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
He hates Juice.
Oh, he hates the soundtrack too. I can tell. I can tell.
Soundtrack.
I'm gonna have to
You don't know. You don't know.
I don't remember that, man. I don't remember that one. Dude, I was doing a lot of drugs. I was into fish, bro.
You know what it is? Here's what it is.
That was college MSS. He's not
My Sox Summer bullshit artist.
Same one, man.
If you dig past a little past the top surface, he's fucked. That's what he's got to dig in a little bit.
What are you talking about?
You brought it up, motherfucker.
I like the Judgment Night soundtrack.
I mean, I agree with you, but you're just changing the subject. You're going Jada Fire on me right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Stop pooping on my garage, Alexis.
That's not very nice. All right, let's switch to the
who do you feel like is going to take this bracket down?
I mean, I've when I was building this, I was like, well, I'm kind of building it around Courtney. I think Courtney's got the best chance, but it wouldn't surprise me if Ryan McGuffey made a run here. Like, it just wouldn't shock me if, he gets the Catman behind him. He gets Scarfine behind him and gets all the old NBC Sports Chicago people behind them, and to give a little push here. With the White Sox so bad these days, everyone kind of in those circles seems more amenable to just like fucking around and having fun on the internet. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that, but like the tenor of interviews and things are just kind of a little more loose and fun and like, hey, let's embrace the community that we got left. And so to me, it wouldn't shock me if he actually gets there.
Yes.
What's up next, Beef?
Let's move to the next bracket. I know we're probably a little early on this next bracket, but we'll start talking about it. So what? All right. This is the Summer of George bracket. And as mentioned, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4 with the seeds first. And then I'll give you the groupings that are sitting behind those people. Just so you know, the first round matchups in this region will be on Tuesday, March 11th, all of them. And then second rounds will be Thursday, March 13th. The number 1 seed in the Summer of George bracket is Baloney. The number 2 seed in the Summer of George bracket is Wasabi Nuts. The number 3 seed, stop it, you bastard. The number 3 seed in the Summer of George region is Shannon. And the number 4 seed in the Summer of George region is HBIC. Now for the groupings. Group 1. And these people will be, the matchup will be on Tuesday, March 11th. And the winner will play against Baloney. That is Southside Bum, Colleen Carmody, and Joey P. Staying on that side of the bracket, this is Group 4, and the winner is going to play against HBIC in round 2. That is Senor Sox, Dan Reyes, and Tina Willis. Shifting over to the other side of the bracket, this is Group 3, and the winner of this group will face Shannon in the next round. That is Jared Ingersoll, Jacqueline Hilligoss, and Husky Bardo. And rounding it out with Group 2, who will face Wasabi Nuts. The winner will face Wasabi Nuts in the next round. That is Ian's Arena, Turkey Fonseca, and Vino, who DM'd me today, letting me know some details about 108 tourney, but thrilled to be in when I let him know that he was in there.
Beef, is this our heaviest Mexican region?
Teresa, you kind of were speaking out of school a little bit on the internet, and you said that this was the region you're most excited about. I think like one top to bottom is the strongest region, probably. Like I think there's probably like, like this whole group right here. This is gonna be super entertaining region in my personal opinion. It might be the strongest one we've got.
If Wasabi Nuts gets into it and goes crazy on this, like her content is fucking wild. So I could see a run. I could definitely see a run.
Absolutely.
She has the ability to pop off a 3-4 million hit impression, video out there. And it's like, I don't know, man, you gotta,
that's a lot to compete.
Gotta respect that. I mean, she can't just turn it on when she needs it. So she's still got to grab it. But yeah, I mean, that's she's not one to be fucked with.
Let's read that. Go ahead, Tracy. Read that shit.
CD44 says Wasabi could fuck this one passionately.
Yep.
If you're not familiar with the meme,
region,
if you're not familiar with the meme, you will be. You will be soon. I don't know, Beef. How are you feeling about Senior Sox and Danny Reyes being in the same grouping there.
That was almost by accident, kind of like I was moving stuff around, and I don't like Danny over here, and I need Senor over here, and next thing you know, when I was filling out other stuff, they ended up next to each other, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but I guess we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, it wasn't done purposefully, Trees. It just sort of happened.
Well, they're going to need some help.
I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned with Ian's arena being over here, like in the tourney. I like with Summer George, I would be nervous about the alcohol intake in a day.
Yes, sir.
Ian makes me nervous. I'm just gonna say it.
Just gotta put it out there. Let everyone know.
Man. Okay. So you got Senior Sox, Dan Reyes, and then the girl that probably could beat them in Tina Willis. Because Tina knows everybody. Like she literally has a picture with every White Sox Twitter personality ever. You know, she has her the cicada Malort infused bottles. She's made friends with so many people. She needs to call in every single one of those favors so she can get up and go against HBIC in that second round.
Yeah, I believe, but you got to get out of the first round first.
She
and
does.
Senor Sox has been in the finals in this tournament. You know, like this is probably the lowest we've seeded Senor in many years. He's been number 1 seed. He's really so. I mean, we'll see. Well, the tournament's just gotten tougher, is what it is basically.
I do want to talk about some of the other stuff up in this bracket. And I think we bring in our guest because
go ahead.
He's handsome and he's sitting backstage. So
he looks grumpy already. Oh, look at the grumpy guy.
What happened?
Brown on brown crime, bum on bum crime. You guys hate Mexicans more than the current administration. This is
what are you talking about?
How dare you?
You don't think Colleen's going to carve you guys up?
For the record, I did beat Colleen last year.
So she's got extra motivation then. Get out of that round and then get back at you.
I just pissed off Bears Twitter, so now I regret that comment.
Well, Baloney, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on. And you mentioned it right out of the gate. There are a lot of the bum crew is right here, and also all of it on the left hand side materially. Your wife's on the other side. Yep. The bum civil war.
Yeah.
What happens here? Because you guys are all grouped up.
It's Bum Civil War 2 Electric Boogaloo, because this happened 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. I had to go against Johnny, Joey P, and my wife, which was diabolical. And I've learned a thing or two now. I think smart play is maybe let Julie win, because like in the bigger picture thing, she might have the best chance. But yeah, man, this is. I mean, you call yourself the puppet master, the mastermind. Not only is a lot of bums in that, there's a lot of alcoholics in this bracket. There's going to be some serious drinking between Tina and Wasabi Nuts and Ian and all of the bums.
Jared,
yeah,
Husky Bardo.
You got to remember, this is trouble.
So let me ask you, just to get more in on the Civil War thing. You got the number 1 seed the other day, and in advance of anyone seeing the rest of the brackets, how much jealousy within the bumdom was there? Like, how many people were like, "I bum been fucking number 1 seed"? Who the fuck are you? Who are you, Baloney?
A number 2 seed in this same bracket that might have been a little salty. He might have been in somebody's DMs earlier in the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was challenging me. That would be the well, not the number 2 seed, might be the number 4 seed. He was challenging me a little bit. He had some words for me, and I just told him, I just laid out his resume to him and told him why he wasn't the number 1 seed, and then it was enough for that. But
breaking, Turkey Fonseca says she doesn't know how she will compete against Wasabi Nuts. You got to beat other people to get there. You can't just assume that you're just gonna blow by Ian and Vino. Come on, you gotta.
I like the
one day at a time.
I'm starting, like, this is like our. Considering all the bums, this is our 3rd year in it. I like that we're getting a little cocky. We were a little, apprehensive at first. We didn't want to ruffle any feathers. I like the cockiness.
You know what? I agree with that myself.
Gamble though.
What? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Treasy.
See, I said you don't want to be Dan Campbell. You don't want to see you in 2 weeks on the couch.
You don't want to do that shit. I was going to say, I mean, you're getting a little cocky, but mind you, one of the people in your first round matchup in the three-way group may have exposed their penis in this tournament before, and it was not Ian Zarina. So there's a lot to battle against, you know.
The first thing
not a bad salchicha either. If we're judging, you know.
Yeah, and he exposed his penis not even to try to get him to win. He did it for HBIC. So now you took that weapon.
Yeah, that's right.
You took that weapon, and I'm saying weapon away from HBIC.
Yeah.
So we can't play that card.
That was just that was for recreation. That was
even
for his
for
own campaign there.
Credit to
Any truth to the rumors that Johnny's going to be doing that to get votes for himself, or no?
It's not up. It's not our call anymore. There's someone else in this tournament.
She's screaming up in the comments how we screwed everybody. Everybody's screwed. So she already gave up. So we're not going to mention it.
Doesn't even know what's going on there. One question for you, Peter. You know, yesterday was maybe a tough day for you guys. You guys were really simping hard in the Eddie Barstool situation. Do you think that hurts you here with Sox Twitter when you get back to just voting with our group? Because Eddie Barstool ain't going to come over here for this. I mean, he'll keep an eye. He'll get a little peek in here. I've seen him endorse Ken W.O. once in the past, but other than that, I don't think he ever really does much endorsing. He just kind of looks a little bit. Do you think it's going to hurt you with the home crowd?
One, you guys, he was right. The call was coming from inside. Like, you guys were getting pissed at us for endorsing Eddie Barstool. Is like me leaving my Oreos on the counter and getting pissed at my kids, like, ate them. It's like, you should be getting mad at yourself. Like, yeah, I've been a long time. You guys know that I've been a long time student. I like my guy Eddie. We met up at Bears games and different things. So I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about the Cubs Sox situation, but I was like, you know what? And to tell
Look,
you,
Baloney, we got to keep these things fucking close, right? I mean, like, so that's where we're coming from. You're coming from a pure "I love the Cubs" standpoint, and that's the problem.
It's a very odd look. Odd look.
Yeah, it's tough.
Greenberg, you guys are submarining me before this tournament even starts, and I don't like it.
You're my number one seed. What do you mean? I don't want anything to happen to you. I like when Chalk makes it there. Then I look smart.
The one thing I didn't realize last year, I did get Eddie's retweet when I went up against a juggernaut in Maddie. I don't think that mattered whatsoever. Like, people didn't even notice it because I was getting blown out by 20 points. So maybe that was a plan, trying to get a little bit more of the Barstool crowd involved, but I don't think that's going to help.
You weren't the only one that got blown up by 20 points in Maddie's in her little area there. She blew everybody out, even Loaf. So don't worry about it.
That's why I had to retire. I got blown out so bad.
I got blown the fuck out.
Now, Baloney, last year you had footage saved for like 6 months. Are we looking at the same thing? Do you got ideas? You don't need to give them away. I just want to know if the storyboards are put up in the house. You got an idea to go at least for first round, or your first round, which is the second round.
The well is dry, my man.
Oh,
I might have gone too hard the first 2 years. I think we are fresh out of ideas. That's a lie. I got.
That's not true at all.
I got something.
You have lots of ideas.
The comments are out of their fucking minds right now. That's because Trump put beef up to this
I
bracket.
agree. Doge. This bracket's like the Doge bracket.
$8 million for transgendered 108 tourney brackets.
When you start putting the pieces together of a bracket like this, things just start fitting next to each other, and then you end up with this. You know, like not every bum is in this bracket. So, but a lot of you guys ended up in here, you know. So
when Beef releases the actual brackets in the blog, it's gonna be as Senor Sox and Ice. That's it. It's gonna be
that Senior Sox Dan Reyes matchup, or I mean, pull that up. I forgot who the third person is, but that's gonna be
Tina.
Too. Oh,
yeah,
Tina.
That's gonna be
That's
gonna be a crazy one.
Yep, it's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting.
Part of this is going to be like, who's going to be online during the day? Like, who has the opportunity to be online during the day out of a lot of these people? It's just going to be that's going to swing some stuff during that time. That's a big amount of time, middle of the day on a Tuesday. If you get that vote during the day, that's key.
You know what else I noticed now with this new format? Like, a lot of the times, if you win your first round matchup, then you gain those votes because people already voted for you once. And if they voted for you once, they're more inclined to vote for you again. So
Correct.
I feel like that puts, like the 1 through 4 seeds at a little bit of a disadvantage because they didn't have that first round matchup, which I'm not saying, I'll take the bye. It makes things easier and not have to like dump some content early in the tournament.
Right.
But I do feel like, like once you vote for someone, you're inclined to vote for them again.
Yeah, you've got a loyalty built up almost for
Right.
like, oh, this is my person. I'm going to be, this makes it tough. And there'll be a bunch more, beef, you animal. Why did you do this? And it's like, it's on you, baby. Then you're the one who formed that.
Now, Baloney, strategy wise, I'm looking at, so you got Southside Bum, Colleen, and Joey P in that first round matchup. Are you going to go out and endorse the one you think you could beat? Try and get them through. You got to do some retweeting, some like, this is the person I want to win, and then that because you want that face off.
I might have to stay Switzerland and kind of like abstain. Because Southside Bum, Johnny, he's my cousin. Joey P is my hermano. So it's like, I don't know. I might have to just abstain.
Will their votes cancel out each other's out, and then Colleen gets the chick vote, and she just moves on to face Baloney?
That might be a possibility. And to tell you the truth, Colleen scared the hell out of me last year in the tournament. She had so many more followers than I did. I didn't plan on dropping that the Goodfellas parody.
Oh yeah,
later in the tournament. And then when I saw that I was matched up with Colleen and she's like part of Bears Twitter and like, you never know if she gets a retweet here or there and then I'm in trouble. So I dumped that video earlier than I wanted to because I was worried about Colleen. I think Johnny and Joey should also be worried.
Oh, there's no question they should be worried.
Yeah.
She does have a big following, and like you mentioned, a lot of it's Bears Twitter, right? So it's a little.
Exactly.
She can bring fresh votes over to the group,
exactly,
and not to mention those people that have drank with her at Cork or whatever the fuck that are out of the normal group. So it's that's treacherous. I was going to ask Peter, as the number 1 seed, you're looking at the other side of the bracket, and it is a hella strong side, and it's led by the ladies: Shannon, Jacqueline Hillegas, Wasabi Nuts, obviously your wife. Other than your wife, who is the person you'd least like to face off with in the regional final should you get there out of the other ladies there?
If Wasabi Nuts gets going, she's going to be a problem in this tournament. I feel like she's going to do old school content that this tournament was like, like back in the day when it was first going, like people fell in love with. She's right there. Like, all of her hot dog and beer content. That's you can't compete with that. But yeah, obviously, I'm going to back my wife. You said without, outside of my wife.
Outside of your wife, because I figured that was your scariest matchup because she's got all the dirt on you. Anytime someone's got a lot of stuff on you, it's tough.
We can't even do the sex tape. That's gone already.
You can't take it back. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Can't bring
Nobody
it back.
wants to see that a second time.
Wasabi Nuts has tons of shitty prizes from Days and Busters too that she can give away to entice people to vote for.
That's a good call.
She had a purse full of rubber ducks. Who doesn't want a rubber duck, honestly? And like rubber duck for a vote, I think you could do a lot. So you can do a lot with that.
So Bob Tolan is saying next, and I'll say to Bob Tolan, shut the fuck up.
Chill out, number 1 seed, you bastard.
He just wants to see who he's playing too, right?
He does, yeah. Everyone's itchy to get to theirs. We got 2 brackets in.
I understand that.
We got plenty of time, guys. We got plenty of time.
We got all goddamn night to finish this off. How dare you?
So, Baloney, if it's not you, who's coming out of this bracket?
Damn, I got to go upstairs in about 15 minutes. I'm going to say my wife. What do you think? Are you crazy? I'm going to say someone else's name. And I realized it last time. Like I mentioned, I think, Teresa, you mentioned it 2 years ago. We probably should have planned to not let Julie win. She would have beat me. She would have beat me. She withheld content in our matchup. I'll admit that right now. Like, I think she wanted me to win our region. But best case scenario, I think it would have been better if she would have won because I got smoked by Summer of George. I was never going to beat him. If, Julie was able to get like the female vote, that would have helped, a lot more than what I did. I got bulldozed. But yeah, I should mention, I think I've only lost to champions. I've only lost to
nice.
to Summer of George and Maddie. So if whoever beats me, look out. You might win. You might be the champ.
Man, look at you.
Well, there's no former champions in your region, so we'll see.
No,
You are the stepping stone to greatness. Baloney, the stepping stone to greatness. I
The
love it.
barometer, if you will.
Nice.
I think I'm too cocky. This is a problem.
No, you're fine.
No. You got to be
have
cocky.
this.
You got to be cocky.
Is Jacqueline Hilleglass like just like a little bit of unknown? We don't really know her full power, and are we going to see it against Jared Irgisal and Husky Bardo? I think we might.
I think that's one where she could split those guys and win,
Yeah.
and then it'll depend on what Shannon's doing.
Yeah,
Like if Shannon's engaged again, like last year she was really engaged in the tournament. That's going to be tough to beat.
Yep. I like shenanigans. She's a fun time. Good.
A lot of this is going to depend on like how much content people are putting out.
I will
True.
say Jason called it. Jason, I mentioned, I matched up with Joey and Julie and Johnny already. He's like, I think he's gonna try to put us together or like against each other. And I'm like, we're gonna have to win some matchups, but that'll be fun if we do end up going against each other.
Well, you got a chance.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Well, all right, Baloney, thank you for joining us, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you guys.
Excited to see what you come up with this time, and cheers.
Yeah, cheers,
guys.
buddy.
Thanks, Peter. Ooh, a drink.
Oh, you know what time it is, Cheersy?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't belong. Can you tell which thing is not like the other by the time I finish this song?
And if you're playing at home, it was the one on the left. The one on the left is an actual fish sandwich. The one on the right was a fillet of fish. That shit sucks. So if you want a really good fish sandwich for Lenten season, there are 4 locations of Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp in the Chicagoland area. Visit one of them or go to chicagoshrimp.com, place an order. They'll deliver it to you. Not them, somebody will. Or you can go pick it up. It's fucking delicious. I will be there tomorrow. SPF, if you are actually going to be at the Canal Street location, you let me know. I will see you there for lunch, sir.
Ooh. All right, let's move on to the next bracket. This is the Sunday Soak region. And starting with the number 1 seed in the Sunday Soak region, the number 1 overall seed, Maddie Spagnola. The number 2 seed, coming out of retirement, hasn't been in the tournament for a few years, Shy Sox fan Mike. The number 3 seed is Laura, Ella J912. And the number 4 seed is Dougie Freshness in the Sunday Soak region. These groups are going to be playing their first matchups Monday, March 10th. This is Group 1, and the winner will face off against Maddie Spagnola. Julie Swika, Willie P, and B-Son. Group 2, and this group will face off with Shy Sox Man Mike, the winner that comes out of here, and they'll play Monday, March 10th. Sockside Pride, longtime guy, Tania, and Jerry O'Sullivan. Group 3, the winner of which will face Laura in round 2. And this matchup is Monday, March 10th. Schlespappy, Taco Gladiator, and the Shigerian Prince. And rounding it out, Group 4, which will face Dougie Freshness. The winner of this group is Alina, Trainwreck Megan, and Ray the Barber. Boys, Shy Sox fan Mike reached out, requested to come out of retirement. He got tired of hearing how unbeatable Maddie Spagnola is. He wanted to be back in the tournament. Is this the biggest surprise in 108 tournament history that we brought Mike back from the dead to come into this tournament?
It's very surprising to me, and I'll tell you why. I didn't read the brackets in advance, and so when I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, Mike's back!" Because like I would have thought, and probably a lot of people are thinking this right now, he would have been a number 1 seed. But you hit it, Beef. You hit it from us. And so I appreciate that because it was a beautiful surprise. But this is easily the toughest bracket to get out of.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare bracket, right?
Dougie's got to be like, I'm glad I didn't get in that bracket with all the bums. And then he gets in this bracket and is like, what the fuck is this shit? So, so yeah, he's got a tough road. He's got a tough road.
I agree. Shy Sox Fire and Mike, I mean, he's an enigma. And he treats, hey, I scratched my balls this morning, and he gets 87 retweets, 4,752 likes, and somebody signs up, for another sports mockery page. He's an enigma. I would like to see what he can do now. He has harnessed his power. He can get people to do what he wants. Mike, please try to beat Manny for us, buddy.
I love that one you put up there. John Carney says Mike should wear number 45 in his first game out of retirement. Absolutely. Coming back wearing the 4-5.
You can feel how this is going to go because people are excited about Mike in the comments. So this is going to be something else. Dougie says, hey, can't get kicked out in the first round. Can't get knocked out in the first round this year. Stop doing that.
Sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Don't
Itchy
touch
trigger
it.
finger. He's absolutely right. No, and I was surprised. Mike originally, the reason why he wasn't in the tournament anymore, he told me, Beef, I like being in the tournament. He's like, but I'd like to give someone else the opportunity to be in the tournament. I don't want to hog a spot. And I thought that was really nice of him. And then he reached out this year. He's like, Beef, everyone's saying Manny. I could beat Manny. And he would put my fucking ass back in there. I was like, all right, your wish is my command. But putting him as number 1 seed, Treasy, it ruins the fun. And also, I wanted to give him a chance to beat Manny before they even get to the final round. I wanted to have a regional final that was going to have some fireworks. And you don't always have that,
No, you don't.
Right after it's right, and Fonte's in shambles.
Brian Knight's former champion is saying that he is tagging Dougie Freshness to take over his Sunday Silk region legacy.
Oh, wow.
That'll be huge. Dougie's been great with the content, that's for sure, in the past.
Who was our player that came out and said the Sox are going to be a contender?
Martin Perez, baby. Let's go.
Brian Knights has his Martin Perez moment right now. He's claiming Dougie is going to take this bracket. So, hey, maybe he knows something I don't know. No shade, Dougie. I'm just saying you're going against two big forces there with Maddie and Mike.
Now we're talking about how difficult it's going to be for everyone else, but let's be honest with ourselves. It's going to be difficult for Shy Sox fan Mike. And so my question here for you boys is, what should Mike's approach be in this tournament? Should he kind of go like, I've been here a long time, I've been old school, and you're just kind of new school? Should he rally the suburbs against the Loop Girl? I mean, what would be your defense against Maddie to try to take her down? What's the strategy, my Sox Summer?
Man, a guy that it can harness that many views and likes from people, I think has an idea kind of what he's doing. Now he's going to have to redirect those people to a poll and have to do something other than hitting the like button. Now, does it a video? Probably not. I think Mike is going to be more of a meme style guy. He's going to put funny things up. He might do his
show his huge crank. Is that what he should do? Beer Garden Jim thinks. Unleash it. Milton Berle that shit. Maybe just show enough to win.
I mean, usually you get your followers, like Summer of George had that one year of all the girls saying they were going to show whole if they vote for Summer of George, and that never happened.
None of them did.
So
you were so disappointed. Like, how did this guy win the championship that everyone's going to said they're going to show whole and no one did?
No one did. Not a single person did. But yeah, I think Mike definitely meme old school Mike. This put some stuff up there. That's where he's gonna go stick with the old school stuff.
I mean, I think Mike's got to just connect with the fan base and be like, I've been here this whole time with you people. Like I've gone through the highs and lows with you motherfuckers, and I try to stay positive for this whole thing. I didn't just run off to the Bears whenever it got dicey over here. So he's got to play up that angle.
Treasy, do you think playing both sides of the fence that Mike sometimes does, as P. Knowles has pointed out, is it hinder him or does it help him?
So I think it'll help him here.
I think it'll help him too.
Let me just throw this out there. If Mike went out there and said, Look, if I win, Maddie, you got to give me your number. That motherfucker wins. Like it's a runaway. It's a runaway if he throws that in there.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get a couple of these drinks. Got one from Jerry O'Sullivan. He says, "Thanks for freeing up the rest of my week. I've got a big party." Cheers, Jerry.
Congrats on getting in, and I'm sorry also.
Oh, yeah, I just hit my mic. Cheers.
Tania says, "Cheers, boys! Excited to be back. Even more excited not to be going against my girl Tina. TNT."
There you go.
Cheers. I was going to ask this too. Is Tania going to be happy just to be here vibe against Sockside Pride and Jerry O'Sullivan, or is she going to go all out? That's and then what is Paul's role in this whole thing take on? I want to know what Tania plans to do to try to move on to face Shy Sox fan Mike. What do you guys think she should do?
I mean, that's a good question. She's going to have to go all out because what we know is Sockside Pride in the past, and Sockside Pride's been in this tournament more years probably than anyone that's in here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a longtime person in this tournament. He's tough to beat. He's got a big following. He's going to generate a bunch of votes. I mean, he's known. So you're going to have to this is a super tough 3-person matchup right there.
Well, let's go back in time to some of the early tournaments when people who were in different brackets teamed up and did content together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
right.
Yep.
So there was a lot of that in the early years. I think we just got a hint at TNT. Maybe that's the approach. Maybe that's the approach. I could see that working.
Paul has chimed in. He says she never listens to any of my brilliant ideas.
So she's doomed, is what I mean right there. No chance. Yes, Tania's wanting the same thing. Yeah, they could do.
You know what I think she's going to do?
Yeah,
she's going to settle down with a nice tall glass of a bottle of wine, and then she'll figure it all out.
Yes. Strong pours in the bullpen bar. That's what I was going to ask. What's the content going to be? Get drunk and talk shit? I mean, that's our content. How can you do that? You can't do that for a 108 tourney.
It plays well. It
How dare you?
It built us an audience. I mean, that's true.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Beef. Do you want to get on to?
I would love
Wave
to.
Sucks?
I'd love to move it on to
Wave
the next
Sucks.
bracket.
I don't even know which one it is.
It is Wave Sucks. Good call. My Sucks Summer. You ready, buddy?
I was not, but I am now.
The Wave Sucks region. The number one seed is Gabriel Bearstown. The number 2 seed in the Wave Sucks region is Sox Optimist. The number 3 seed in the Wave Sucks region is Candice. And the number 4 seed, who's been pretty scarce on Twitter lately, but I think he's lingering around, is Matt Crawford. Now, the matchups leading in to these seeds, Group 1 will play on Tuesday, March 11th, and the winner will face off against Gabriel Bearstown. That is Julian, 49-48, Dr. Ducky, and White Sox Matt.
I mean, that was perfect.
Group 2 will face off against Sox Optimist, the winner of the group, and that is Barry Bag of Donuts, Scott Garcia, and White Sox Girl. Group 3, the winner of which is going to play against Candice, is Hannah Lamata, Jeff Bartlett, and Jackie Bieber's Got Swaggy. Oh, I love that name. And rounding it out for Group 4, will face off, the winner of this will face off with Matt Crawford. And all of these Group of 3 first round matchups will be Tuesday, March 11th. It is Jay Cesar Targaryen, Huckleberry, and Stone Cold Nick. Quick question for you guys. I'll put the bracket back up there. Chirizi, Sox Optimist, very much not a fan of your ass because he didn't like the ruling you put against him last year in the tournament.
Deserved. Deserved. I think I got one wrong last year, and it was the Sox Optimist one.
Oh, now he's
Like
just
that's
trying to
like
kiss ass.
that is the one I got wrong. So I deserve. I deserve the. I'm not gonna apologize for it.
You deserve it, but you're not going to apologize.
No,
And
because
Sox
you know why? Because the bots put me in a shitty position. So I fucking have to deal with the stupid bot shit every year. I'm not gonna apologize if I fucked up one time. All right.
Yep, it's true. It's a good call.
And he's also anti My Sox Summer because one of his best buddies is the obvious shirts guy. And MSS, you and him got a little dust up. And Sox Optimist even made a point of bringing in last year's ruling, and he's friends with that guy. And obviously, I'm siding with this guy on this thing. So,
Yeah.
but my question to you guys is he like low key the biggest threat to the number 1 seed in this region?
Huh.
I mean,
I don't
he's
think so.
He's been really good every time he's been in. So like I think that like yeah, the videos are great. I think he could definitely make a run here. But can Gabriel be stopped is the real question.
Yeah, my tribal chief. I have no idea. What about you, MSS? What do you think?
So I'm just keeping. I'm looking at it and I'm analyzing it, and I'm kicking out the fact that the whole Optimus obvious alliance thing that kind of just makes me. Ugh. Anyway, but we'll go with the. Is he probably the number 2 like threat in this? Could he win this bracket? Absolutely. Can he harness the amount of people that were in my DMs and cursing me out because I wanted people to get paid for making work for his t-shirt company that makes a bunch of money? Sure. I mean, he can probably get those people to vote for him, and they probably will. And once they remind people that this is our attorney, and if you want to really stick it to me, vote for him, maybe that will help swing the votes. Crawford, I want to give him more credit, but like the motherfucker's been gone, man. Like he just like if you don't see him enough, like the smear campaign that Gabriel has been running on him, where he's at Wrigley all the time. He's not a real Sox fan. I mean, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But definitely in this entire bracket, I think this is just for me. Candice has the horny vote. Like she's gonna get that horny White Sox Twitter vote that like helps propel females like further in the tournament. So Candice, you're gonna own it. It's how you harness that power to push yourself off. So yeah, maybe she'll have a chance. But yeah, Sox Optimist is looking pretty good in this. But man, I would never, ever, ever bet against my guy Gabriel.
Well, I will say there's someone sitting backstage that probably has something to say about this. So I'm gonna bring him in. It's our guy, Gabriel. What's up, man? How you doing?
Tribal chief, what's up? How we doing? You got the belt. I see that. What's up, baby?
So where they go?
Yes. Oh yes.
Hey, the Raging Bird has come back to Section 108. Perfect. The thing is, the Raging Bird knows 3 against the Raging Bird guys. So I think, man, this is our favorite show. All 3 Raging Bird fans. So
You're excited, baby.
I'm excited. So Julian, Raging Bird convinced you. You see, back in the day, I know Mike. Back in the day, I'm talking about 3 years ago. 3 years ago,
Yeah.
there was a group chat, right?
That's back in the day. Go ahead. Yeah, that's.
All right, 3 years ago, there was a group chat. There was Mike, Peyton, shout out to Peyton, Mike, Julian. So they were talking about, Raging Bird character. So I came out the Raging Bird character. So if I'm gonna be concerned, you're sleeping, Julian. What's his Matt? You're pretty good. But anybody, I'm probably win that matchups.
Who do you want?
You're gonna
Who do you want in that matchup, Gabe?
So I was gonna ask too, Gabe.
Who do you want? Do you want Julian? You want Dr. Ducky, or you want Matt? Which one do you want to win? So
Who do you want to beat?
Listen, Julian is like a brother. I like him. He's my one close friends. He had my back. Man, I met him. He's a good guy. Ducky supports me. Let's see. Who does people want? What do people want? I can say, what's his Matt? Would be nice. So matchup.
Okay.
All right.
I want
Who versus
KWO.
Matt?
I want KWO.
Yeah. NWO.
You can't get Ken WO. He's not in
Not
your region.
yet.
You gotta
Not
win
yet.
this region first, Gabe. Now let me ask you this question. You get past that first round matchup. Matt Crawford, I haven't seen him on Twitter. Is he scared? Do you think he's scared of you and that's why he's not on Twitter? We can't find him. We can't tweet at him.
Hold on. I am the game. You remember 2 years ago that I am the Peace King?
Yeah. Yes.
I am his career. I am the game. So the Raging Bear knows. I have control. I beat people. I am the game. So anybody messes with me, I am the game. So
Man.
Yeah, you made the
Simon.
Penis King leave Twitter. He's not on Twitter anymore. The only place you can find the Penis King, if you look real hard, is Instagram. We can't find him on Twitter. He gone. He long
Or
gone. You
rest of the
scared him.
show, if other good guests don't show up, we
So
usually
does
get the penis king.
Does
He's
that
our
mean
eighth choice to close the show.
Does that mean Crawford after this? Crawford's done on Twitter. He's never coming back.
You're gonna kick him off Twitter?
I'm gonna kick him out. I think Crawford is crying. The Raging Bird. So Crawford, you're my color is a bus. So that's Cleveland. It's a socks. The kick cut my color.
Man.
I'm a legend. Listen to Raging Bird. You're my color. You're a piece of jaboni. KW is white. Bye.
Gabriel, how big is your bum kata sign going to be for opening day? How big are you? Is you going to bring the bum kata sign back out of retirement to shove it right in his face for opening day or what?
No, I'm not a bit cocky. I'm just gonna have fun. I don't want to.
I like.
Man, it's a new
I like-
man.
I like Gabriel having fun. I like
playing
Gabriel
a little politics.
He
here,
knows
I
he's
get it.
going to win. He knows he's going to win. He
know.
just have fun with it.
Don't
He ain't
worry.
got to talk smack. He's good.
One thing, two things I was kind of scared of. One, Alexis, she's very popular. And Mike,
Yep.
that's what I'm worried about.
Those are the only two you're worried about. I like it. You're not worried about Maddie Spagnola?
You're not worried
Maddie
about
Spagnola?
She's good, but Mike is OG Raging Bear fan. So
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what does Raging Mike have? He has me. So who's supporting the Raging Bear fan? For him, Maddie's a good one. But the old guards got to stick to old guards.
Gotcha.
All right. See,
Yeah.
I told you.
Gabe, have you been
Mike's
staying
been
away?
around, so he's got a lot of deep context in White Sox Twitter. Raging Bears there with him.
Gabe, you gave up getting horny about women wrestlers for Lent. How's that going? Are you good?
It's been 40 hours. How are you doing?
Still okay?
Are you still okay?
I'm doing good. I was thinking electrifying. How
Okay,
did it train? I was thinking about this all day yesterday. I was nervous. I'm nervous. I'm like, God, I gotta do it. Electrify you guys.
Right?
I was excited. Beef. I
What's
was
up?
thinking about it. Am I gonna be I want to face the 60th seed all day. I'm thinking, I did not want to be a penis king. I'm excited. No,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when you were
I
16.
was thinking, I'm going. No way. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be like, duh. Hell no.
You were the only 16 to ever win. You were the only one. You've only one who was the 16-1. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I am prepared. I am
you're number one
prepared
now.
of this.
Top of the mountain, Gabriel. Top of the mountain. You're right there.
Ever since
right,
I
Gabe.
said the Penis King, the Bears upset the pack.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Gabriel. Before we let you go, I need to know. So far, everybody you've seen in the brackets, can anyone beat you?
There's one person who can beat me. And that's person I can't say it. It's White Sox Matt. White Sox Matt is popularity. And that bracket.
Oh, okay. So you
So,
can if you
like-
get past White Sox Matt, you could just run.
Yeah. It's my
All right.
because White Sox Matt is kind of dangerous. See, he's doing my content constantly too.
Oh, okay. Stealing
So-
your content?
Yeah,
So-
I remember that. He'd take your videos, right? Yeah, I
but see, I
remember
let him.
that.
See,
Yeah.
I let him.
Yeah.
White Sox Matt. Good luck. You're not allowed to take my content. See, the Raging Bear knows it. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Peyton and of course supporting me for the Raging Bird character. For so long, I kind of abandoned the character. So I bring the Raging Bird character more fun, loving. So yeah, Julian, my guy, I like Julian. Shout out to Julian. Most is Matt supporting me as well. So let's I'm ready to go. So the Raging Bird is winning. But one thing I worry about is Alexis. She's really popular too.
Nah, she's trouble.
Hopefully, you get to face off with Alexis. I think that'd be a good match.
It'd be a good match
in the tournament. At some point in the tournament. But Gabriel, man, we appreciate you jumping on with us, man. I'm excited for you. Very excited for you this year. Get out there, have fun. We'll talk to you very soon. All right, buddy?
All right. Can I do my last intro?
Oh, yeah.
Happy Smile! What the Raging Bird is cooking.
Yeah. All right.
Man, the Tribal Chief's pumped up. Yeah, I like his chances this year. I'm sorry. I like it. That's why I put him a number 1 seed. I think he's got a great shot this year.
Let me just throw this out there. So, like, how well he choreographed that end. I did not remove him from the room. He was like he jumped the foul. He's like, this is how it ends. And he didn't let me fuck it up. Like he's ready. He's ready. I feel he's ready.
That was great.
If you've been a member in the White Sox Twitter verse for a long time and you've known Gabe has gone through a lot of character developments. And right now, Gabe is firing on all cylinders. He is not mad at people anymore. He doesn't rage quit Twitter every 3 days. He's in his zone. People are nice to him. And it's just, I like the zone that we're at dominating
right now.
So like, sometimes you're on the, what is it? The gravy train with biscuit wheels. And that's where Gabe is right now, baby. He is just rolling and it's delicious. I love it. And speaking of delicious, Chirizi,
it's that time.
Looking for delicious seafood options that are Jesus approved this Lenten season? Look no further than Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp. We've got a wide variety of mouth-watering options to satisfy your cravings, including succulent shrimp, flaky fish, and even crispy frog legs. Whether you're observing Lent or simply looking for a tasty meal, our seafood is sure to hit the spot. And remember, make it a combo for only $5 more. Stop by one of our 4 locations today or visit our website at chicagoshrimp.com to place an order for pickup or delivery. Come see why Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp has been serving up the seafood you crave since 1950. Hell yeah.
I got to tell you guys one thing really quickly. I keep opening these Schlitz cans. There's not a lot of pop to the opening of it. I don't know how old this is.
They don't have a
like what 1 to 10. What do we rate the pop, Teresi? Where's the pop at? Like
2. These might be original series.
You should have rated the pop by our most recent White Sox catchers.
What's throwing me off is it's the peel tab, so it's throwing me off a little bit. I think that's why it's not getting a good pop.
A peel tab.
God damn, man. I'm pumped up after Gabriel was on here. But we got
Gabe's all of excitement, man. I love it. What's up next, Beef?
We're gonna go with the Whiskey Gotcha region next.
Oh yeah.
And Shakalaka! Gotcha region. The number 1 seed is the 11th Ward's very own Bob Tolan. The number 2 seed also the 11th Ward's very own Ricky Shifter. The number 3 seed, John Walker III. And the number 4 seed is Pinols. Now for the groups, they'll play on Monday, March 10th. And this is Group 1, and the winner of this group will get a chance to meet Bob Tolan in the next round. It is Nicholas Epstein, Denny Richter, and Greg Ryan.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
I mean, he's backstage. We'll talk to him a little bit, but he just commented. Sam commented, "Is Sockside Pride in 2 brackets?" We missed this. He is in 2 brackets.
Oh, we blew up the bracket. Two brackets. Good call.
That means there's probably one person that we're going to get to add after this.
Yes.
So whoever's the meanest to Beef Loaf in the DMs gets in.
Yeah, good call. You might not have messed that up, my sock summer.
I double checked everything.
Could have been me. Group 2. And they'll face Ricky Shifter, the winner of this. It is small mid cap. Wilbur Pexelli and Bert Ferkel. Group 3, the winner is going to face John Walker III. Brandon DeJesus, Billy Wires 1000, and John Carney. And then Group 4, the cloned version of Sockside Pride. Jennifer S. and Tadahito. The winner of that will face Pinos. A good catch, our backstage guest. Keep quiet otherwise. You bastard.
Until you're on camera. Then you can talk. No,
right.
don't be
So
quiet.
on camera. You
Beef,
son of a-
I've got
Oh my God.
an immediate question about this bracket. Bring it back up. Bring it back up.
You got it, my friend.
Why did you do this to Pinos? Why did you surround Pinos cannot possibly comprehend what the 11th ward is. And you're gonna throw him right in the middle of it.
I put 8 11th ward guys in here. And my thought was, Treasy, I thought like either Pinos is a really sharp guy. So one of two things are gonna happen. One, he's gonna get the bit and he's gonna dive straight in for it. And he's the type of guy who like doesn't care and he would be down if he got it. Or his fucking brain will explode seeing all this shit and thinking that it's actually real. I don't know which one's going to happen. I have no idea.
We got we got a few drinks we need to get to here because we're backed up and I just saw one come through that's insane. So
It's insane.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So $10 from Slim Mick. He said, since I'm not included in the 1108 tourney,
Well, you
I
might
purchased
be.
tickets to
You might
opening day eve during the show. MSS, what do I win?
Oh,
Mick, I've got a Sam Vincent card just for you, buddy.
Thank you, Mick. Appreciate you.
Cheers.
I'll give
Our
you
guy
something.
CJ Loman's back. He says this bracket's fucking diabolical. I don't know what he's talking about because I missed when this happened, but he said Mary 108 tournament. Cheers, CJ.
Thank you,
Cheers.
CJ. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna pop one of these right now. We're gonna see what the
Can we hear it?
Yeah, there's no. Yeah,
That's at
there's
least
no-
a 4. You gave it a 2. That's a 4. That's minimum 4.
This was the best one. This is the best one I've ever.
That's the best one.
how much? What's the pop like in those Rolling Rocks there?
Oh, these are
Loaf
the
that you've
best.
been drinking.
Still solid. I had a couple of those
Solid?
in the tub last night.
Okay.
Yeah, they taste good.
Joey
They
P
taste
says
fresh.
happy to be back. Everyone has to bring their best. That's right, Joey.
Thank you,
You're the
Joseph.
best, Joey.
Oh, I like this one from Taco Gladiator. Jerry says the real question: will Crawford use Wrigley as a content backdrop?
Yes,
Of course.
most definitely.
Cheers.
And Tina, this is just way too generous.
Oh my god.
Bless you,
She
Tina.
says, "Cheers, thanks for the opportunity, guys. Pineapple habanero malort for opening day.
I like
I
that.
just send 108. This is plenty. Thank you,
Clear
Tina.
Thank you, Tina. Cheers. And I can't wait for that Malort. It sounds great.
Actually, that doesn't
We
sound
we
bad
owe
at
her
all.
a bottle of malort,
There's no question.
at least.
No
So,
question about that.
thanks so
with,
much, Tina.
with some
Appreciate that.
cicadas in it.
Yeah, thanks to all of you.
Oh.
Gabe. Appreciate you.
I was going to say because Tina also gave us the video that
Yeah.
that propelled Beef's beak to stardom.
What a weekend that was
Oh my
everywhere. Absolutely insane.
That's
Putting the
crazy.
bracket back up here, guys. Let me ask you a question. Did I make the biggest mistake or the best mistake in 108 tourney history by filling this with 11th ward guys that, mind you, are never going to be aldermen? No matter what they say. Nicole Lee is my alderman, not whatever the fuck they want.
I like.
You know why they're not going to be aldermen?
Why is that?
You got to be born in the 11th ward. It's like the United States. Like you can't be a president for it to come from a different country
There's no outsiders.
unless you buy into it. But the 11th ward,
That's correct.
the 11th ward, you got to grow up in the 11th ward to get there. I don't know. I don't remember any of these motherfuckers from high school. And I'm 106 years old. I don't remember any of these motherfuckers. I've been in high school. I went to high school
true.
for 52 years.
Yeah, I
52
rewatched
years.
the Prep Bowl like 10 times when De La Salle was in it. I didn't see any of these guys. Okay, they claim they got rings and they were in the game. I've rewatched the game 100 times on YouTube. None of you guys were in this. I'm sorry.
They're bullshit Brother Rice motherfuckers like Barstool Carl.
Yes, yeah, exactly. exactly. St. Lawrence can't be the alderman. Okay, no one from St. Lawrence can be the alderman in the 11th ward. I'm sorry, that's not happening. Okay, how dare you guys?
TSL has never been in a prep poll.
1984, bastard.
You motherfucker.
Armor square brag.
I
will fight every single one of these guys. Let's go to Turtles right now. I hope you guys are there.
I love that you're fighting people now. This is wonderful.
No, but here's the thing. These guys, it's a collective, really.
Yeah.
Who gets out of here? Who gets out of this bracket?
I think I want to answer the first question first, Treasy, and then I'll answer that one. The first question is, did you make a mistake putting them all in there? I don't think so. I think this is the greatest idea ever because their humor is best used on each other. And I think that they're like, I don't need people freaking out and I don't need DMs the day of the tournament. And like, who is this crazy ass person from the 11th ward threatening my children's life? You know, like they all get their own stuff. So I like that they're all in the same one. Who's getting out of this? Okay. Did Pinos give up Twitter for Len again? Because if he did,
he's everywhere. He is. You think he'll win if he gave it up?
Well,
if he's not tweeting, he has a great chance of winning this. If he is tweeting, he's fucked.
Okay, so no, I mean everyone's like definitely like, oh yeah, Bob Tolan, man, he's the name, right? He's the guy that everybody knows. Everybody knows. My guy Ricky Shifter is the guy that I'm going for. Number 2, he's gonna do. He's going to go all the way down to the end. He's going to win this bracket. Ricky, I'm depending on you, my friend. Please bring it home. What about
Treasy,
you,
you know who's
out?
underrated? I'm going to step ahead of Treasy here. The guy who I think is underrated in this bracket, and when I was putting this together, is John Walker III, man. He's got banger tweets. He's got a good following. Like, I was, like, shocked to, like, see that. I was like, well, I can't put him ahead of Bob Tolan and Ricky Shifter. They're veterans of this tournament. But John Walker III, man, he's got game. We'll see what happens, but he
shows hog. He's gonna win. We got a drink here from sort of sweet, sort of spooky. She says, "Give me my fucking purple shirt, you asshole." Sorry, she said, "Give me my purple 108 shirt, MSS." But that's what she meant.
That's what she meant to say.
Thank you, Spooky. Appreciate you,
Spooky. We got something planned, or I got something planned. So just keep your eyes tuned. Okay, there could be some.
Keep your eyes tuned.
Keep your eyes tuned.
Keep your ears on the prize.
Hey, listen.
Keep your ear to the grindstone.
Okay, it's a long show. We're an hour and a half in. Usually, this is when I can go pass out on my couch. So hey, it's be cool.
Quit being so soft. Just dive back in there. All right, Treasy, go ahead.
Sockside Pride's clone will win this. Will win this bracket.
You know what though? I'm kind of happy that I made this mistake. Because I was like, man, there's a bunch of people I left out. I was like, oh man, I'm kind of upset I left them out. And putting Sockside Pride in there twice, I get to decide which region he stays in, and then also who gets to come in here later. You know,
Beef, we're gonna hang out on Saturday. Me and you should have a dartboard with everybody's names on it. And as soon as one of us hits one of the names, which will take a while, we'll get that. That'll be the person.
Whoever threatens my life the worst tonight in the DMs gets in.
Ricky's
that's gonna happen for sure.
Ricky Shifter is definitely threatening Brewhan Luke's lips right now. Brewhan Luke says that there's some made up names in here. And Ricky Shifter says, you better watch your lips, brother.
Just cool down on the 11th ward.
Jesus Christ.
Pipe down, Richard S. Come on.
Oh my God.
Out of control here.
It is a little out of control.
Beef, you want to get into the next one, or you got another question here?
No, I got fucking nothing else with this one. It's a bunch of fucking lunatic 11th warders. We could have spent less time on that one. A lot of action
A lot of
action that I don't care about. All right, let's go.
Some of it at Turtles.
Most of it at Turtles. That's right. All right. Up next, Alley White Sox.
Boom shakalaka!
The number 1 seed in the LA White Sox region is Alexis Lopez. The number 2 seed in the LA White Sox region is Ken W.O. The number 3 seed in the LA White Sox region is Little Tina. And the number 4 seed is Sam Reeves. Now, let's go. Let's go to the groupings. Group 1, and all the groupings will go on Tuesday, March 11th. Group 1, the winner will get a chance to face off against Alexis Lopez. It is Brett Hefner, James Tech Vomit, and Kevin Bell's raggedy ass batting glove. Group 2, the winner will get to face Ken W.O. is Losing Ugly, English Socks Colin, and SPF. Group 3, the winner of which will get to play against Little Tina, is Kay Neely, Rich Bissett, and Stephanie Swyka. And finally, Group 4, the winner will face off against Sam Reeves, is Carolyn Jane, Kelly McCarthy, and White Sox Suze.
So, Beef, I want to ask, because you're the historian.
Yes, sir.
Of the 108 tourney. Is Kay Neely the closest relation to a player that we've had? Because that's Shane Smith's sister.
It is. It absolutely is. I cannot think of anyone closer to a player. Which
I couldn't remember if
should
we
be fun for the tournament.
I couldn't remember if we put Rick in a tournament or not. But I like Rick Giolito. I couldn't remember if we put him in.
No, I don't think we ever did. No.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
So this is probably the closest we've had to someone with related to a player.
Yes.
So that should be interesting. That should be interesting. And there's a big Boston following that comes with it.
Right.
Yeah, there's no question. Yeah.
And Seattle women's football too. I mean, she played Seattle women's football.
That's right.
Team,
Yeah.
so.
Yep. For sure.
So that should be interesting on its own.
Yes.
No question.
So bring the bracket back up.
Let's do it.
And I think we bring in our guest now.
Who no doubt going to complain about his seating.
We got a lot of questions for this motherfucker. Sam.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. How you doing, my friend?
You know
that mic screen.
I had to bring it back. It was the only thing that people even fucking know me from. So nobody else.
This is what I want to ask you about. This is what I want to ask you about because you lose constantly in this tournament.
Oh yeah.
But last year I had the Ken video as like one of my best, like one of the best content of the whole fucking tournament.
And it did.
You lost.
It did nothing.
Yeah.
I lost like 2 fucking votes. 2. I was actually on the fucking boarding group waiting to go on an airplane watching the final results. And I was like, well, fuck, if I land, I guess I'll figure it out. And like literally right then and there, I was like, oh, I lost. All right, let's get on the plane.
Oh, man.
So, I got to say, I'm so mad at Beefloaf right now. Because
why? What the fuck did I do?
Hey, it's a good thing. My whole thing was I always want to be in the tournament, but I want to lose first round forever. And you fucked me over this year.
Yeah, you're out of the first round. I was able to move you out of the first round.
Right.
You ruined the best bit you had going.
It's not even my bit. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's
I
your
was going to
bit.
ask you. You're such a perennial loser in my tournament, and I want you to win. How do you disappoint me this year? What's the way you're going to disappoint the people this year? Because I would like to get a victory out of you, and I'm trying my hardest, but you probably lose this year. How are you going to do it?
I'm definitely going to lose this year because if you look at the bracket, there's 3 of the nicest ladies right fucking there waiting
Right.
to go against some of the fucking worst person on White Sox Twitter.
You're
You like that matchup? That's going to be good, right?
Twitter.
Well, my name is Sam, so I get confused with another one that goes by that all the time.
That's
But,
true.
you know, but people think that's me, which is
Very similar. Very
it's not.
similar.
Yeah, we are the
Your
same guy.
content is similar.
We're very, very similar. But I'm looking at this bracket, and like I knew Alexis was the 1 seed going. That's she deserves that, rightfully so.
Yeah.
The 3 there, I think, are going to be pretty fun. Brett, James, and Kevin. I think that'll be a good.
Hard, man.
No question. No, that's a good group right there. They're gonna hustle for it.
Brett's
James
my
already
guy.
says he has like a movie prepped
Yeah.
and ready to go. So like he is ready to drop something like immediately to get past that first round. But you can't discount Kevin Bell's raggedy ass batting glove or Brett. Brett just had a great video and doing a lot of stuff with Sox on 35th at Sox Fest.
Mhm.
I mean, his Q rating's gone way up. So
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting battle, three-way. It's gonna be an interesting three-way between those guys.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun run in the first round there. I can't wait to see who goes against Kenwell. Because any of those three guys could just make any content against Kenwell, and everyone's going to vote for him regardless. So
I put SPF because last year he had the picture of pissing on Ken, and that he did, and he picked the real fat picture of Ken that I put up that one time, just like make fun of him. He harvested the fattest picture ever of the guy to piss on him, which made me even happier. Like that's like the best content. But yeah, English Sox Column just stay up all night. Like this is like, well, he's he's at work or whatever, and then he's going to be going to sleep. Fuck that. He's going to stay up and do it. And then Lose Not Lee's on the West Coast, so he's got the time too. But I can't wait to see it,
I think if you wanted to make this bracket very, very special, we'd have to get myself and Kenwell to the final, and it had the least amount of votes of any fucking bracket. I think people would just not vote.
They're like, those guys? No, thank you.
The most comments, though, because they would all mention that they abstained.
Yeah,
I abstained from a vote here.
Or you just get, fuck these guys. I don't like them. I'm not voting. One of them would probably be from me. So I don't like either of them either. So
Now, Sam, what's the strategy? What's the content strategy? Last year you hit with something real hard. Do you got something in the in here somewhere you get working on, or are you gonna have to just riff when you get there?
I always riff, and that's why I lose. So,
if
I plan something, I'll still lose. So, I mean, either way,
why bother, right?
Yeah, I have the world's biggest podcast every Thursday that we're not going to get into right now, but
the every other Tuesday podcast is the one that I'm pretty jealous of the idea, because your idea basically was we'll do interviews, except we're doing no research. You tell us what and then we're just gonna fucking wing it from there. Yeah. And I fucking love, and it turns out so good. I watched so many of them, like really good. I'm impressed, my friend.
And I'll say, Beef, when you said that we were gonna have Sam on tonight, I thought me and Sam were gonna get to talk aliens again. But no, you want to talk about your fucking tournament or whatever we're doing tonight.
And I gotta say, I'm finally glad I have something in common with Jeff Passan. You finally let me on your fucking show. Yeah, goddamn Dodger.
To be honest, you were in the original Festivus lineup.
Yeah.
But we moved some things around, and then we had to fix a couple things, and then we ended up squeezing you out. That's my fault, because Chorizo had you in the Festivus, and I ended up squeezing you out. My apologies, my friend.
I think I probably still would have gotten the most flack out of that episode.
Yeah, nothing happened to that.
And I wouldn't even have said anything.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what, your pop coming into this today, great. I mean, this definitely makes me think, hey, we should have Sam on the show at some point when we can't get a really good guest.
Right. When you guys are, I thought you were when no one's doing anything. I'm available.
I thought MSS was finally going to launch his porn cast that he's been talking about doing for years.
Listen,
and Sam was going to be his first guest, but no, you
want to be porn?
No, I can't do that yet.
He's not the porn guy.
I got some other things I got to do first.
My Suck Summer. Now, when we're looking at this bracket, let me ask you a question. Who do you think is who's the biggest and best dark horse in this bracket?
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, is she really a dark horse if she's like has a really popular Instagram account and she's the sister who has a twin of a pitcher that we just picked up from the Boston Red Sox? I mean, I don't think Kate Neely is actually a dark horse, but I think you could potentially put her in it because she's new to Sox Twitter. She could definitely be the dark horse to win this tourney. If she can harness that horny vote, I think she can ride it all the way to the end. So, but
harness the horny vote.
It's going to be how much does she pay attention to it? How much does she get involved in all that? And she seems to be getting involved with White Sox Twitter from the outs, just on the outside looking in. So I think she potentially could understand.
Wants to embrace the fan community a little bit, right?
It, yes. Or she gets really creeped out by it and the things that I just said and says, I'm going to be hands off and I don't want to be involved in this stuff. So
you guys are weird.
It goes one way or the other. You never know.
This guy wants people to be horny over me. I should get out of here.
Maybe I don't want that. Well, at least not of these people.
Right. Yeah, none of these guys look like they're my type, The one thing that I want to see, because she had really good content 2 years ago, and it's little Tina. And I think I want to see her return to form and just blast out great shit again because she slayed that one year. And I don't remember, was it 21? Well, that she did really good was the content, or was it? Or
I thought it was
like 23, right?
23.
Yeah, we said the
Maybe
the
she
one with
just-
the basketball and all that.
Maybe
shit?
she was just-
that was awesome.
She was sick. Was she sick last year? Was last year the year she was sick, or was she sick the year that she beat all? Anyway, I need good content returning from Little Tina. That's what I want. I want to see this. So
Her Pedro Grifol thing was fantastic.
yes,
That's right. Absolutely.
yep.
Now
When you said blasting out shit, I thought you were talking about Alexis shitting on your garage. but-
Well-
well, I wanted to get to that next.
Thankfully,
I wanted to get to that next
because
because
done it in at least 3 weeks. so that's
Treasy, seems very anti-Alexis. Sam, do you think you can knock off Alexis if you get there in the semifinals of this region?
No, I can't. Man, are you out of your mind? I have negative confidence in myself, Beef. Come on. Like I was saying to myself earlier, I was like, I think I might be okay this year as long as I don't get matched up against some of the nicest fucking people in the world. And what do I got? Oh, 3 fucking options.
Yeah, White Sox Twos is gonna.
bad
she's
luck.
Tough. She's tough.
Maybe I'll just go really negative and have everybody really hate me. Like, I'll go full Alex Jones on this whole shit.
Oh man.
I'll have White Sox Twitter info wars going.
2 exact pictures of yourself next to each other with different lighting.
All I did was back up.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, as my wife said, Alexis would get her vote over me, and I don't blame her. I do not blame her.
That's tough. That's tough.
Our wives have something in common, for sure.
I mean, I get it. I'm self-aware.
Alexis says, I'm in Treasy's head. He ain't even in this.
Let's just be clear. There's nothing in this head. It's a blank slate. The Schlitz has done its job.
John Carty says, no idea Sam was such a potty mouth. Respect.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
saying. My favorite Sam thing that I found out this year, I had BZ on the podcast from Sox on Tap. And I was like, I wanted to talk to him, whatever. I like his articles. He's a good thinker about Sox. And Sam, you were in the comments, and he's like, yeah, I tried to go say hi to Sam at a game. He's just like, hi, and he just fucking said nothing to me, like fucking blew me off. Sam was like, I was really high. I'm sorry.
If you see me at a White Sox game, I am not there mentally at all. Why the fuck would I be watching that baseball without any sort of substance? I don't drink, so
Right. You're Cali sober.
You're like, so happy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I have so many fun pictures of just being in the background of people's pictures of me just staring off into space, just nothing going on, no thoughts,
Hey,
head
man.
empty.
I feel you.
And I'm just like, what inning is it? What and why is this guy who looks like John Lovitz taking a picture of me?
Son of a bitch.
A fat John Lovitz.
There we go.
That is it.
If you didn't big time him the first time, you got him.
You son of a bitch.
Man, Beef.
That's it.
I mean, you do, Beef. You look like a tall Lovitz. All
You're
right?
stretched out.
Well,
Lovitz.
you're going like nose. It's all nose. It's all nose talk.
Stretched out.
He's
Stretched out.
Stretched out. Like Stretch Armstrong.
It's a lot of nose talk right there.
I will say,
I'm there too. Don't worry, I got it.
MSS went straight for my beak. We were on someone else's show. We were on Not Gonna Hold You, which is Scott Lewis's show.
Yeah.
And you went beak 2 minutes into it to fucking derail me. You went right after my big nose. You son of a bitch.
Well,
Everyone,
I mean,
keep it up.
You called me fat for 3 years straight on Twitter.
I do.
Without a break. So I was like, I gotta beat you.
After hearing this, though, I need to get a picture of you dancing in the hot tub during the Sox commercial, and then Lovitz dancing in Wedding Singer, where he backs out of the room. I think it might be very similar. I might string that together tomorrow.
No, and that's what Beef does with this tourney. He just throws it out there, and everybody's going, "Oh, this is chaos." And I'm reaping all the benefits.
So many benefits to reap.
Right?
It's like
Allegedly.
It's like a cornfield.
The game maker, man. He just gets to sit down now and not even do anything.
That's awesome.
Stay out of the way.
All right, Beef, bring that bracket back up for one
Let's
second.
do it. You got it.
Sam, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
who's winning this bracket?
Jeez. If it's not Alexis running away with this, I gotta go with my girl Tina.
All right.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
You're going chalk. That's 1-2.
Everyone's going
That's a
chalk.
1-2 champion.
Weird, yeah.
Well,
It's hard.
3. That's 3. Ken W.
Oh, is that 3? I can't read.
Yeah, it's 3.
That's all right, Tracy. Neither can I.
1-3. But Ken WO is a paper champion, and they're at number 2. So
That's right. He never goes very far. He yells a lot, but it doesn't really advance. So
remember when we gave him his own?
He had his own gauntlet.
Yeah.
He lost in
He
the
got
first
knocked out.
round.
he got cooked in round 1. The guy wasn't even on Twitter.
Doesn't even tweet. Didn't even tweet. People hate Ken that much.
The glory days. But Sam,
Oh, man.
thank you for joining us. I
Yes.
appreciate it. Thank you for calling out Beast Loaf's miss and have where he's got 2 people in.
We
one
will fix
person
that.
there
We will
twice.
fix that.
We'll get that
Yeah.
fixed.
That's my
But,
fault, not MSS's fault. I screwed up the brackets. You know?
But thanks a lot for joining us. And do you want to go Gabe and leave yourself, or do you want me to knock you out?
No, please kick me out. I'll never leave on my.
Anything to promote before you leave?
The shitty thing that I do. the 3 to 4 viewers we get every week are just pumping the blood. So
I'm one of them
Yes,
usually.
yes.
you are
Before I
On,
jump
right
in this.
before us. Right
Listen.
before us on
Right
Thursday.
before you
night.
7 o'clock
And
on
then-
Thursdays, right before us. That's right.
yeah,
We
every
wouldn't
other
be as big
Tuesday
of a
we do our other
podcast.
show. So
Yeah, we wouldn't be as big of a podcast without your guys' lead in. So we thank you very much.
That's correct.
We appreciate
we love
that.
to open.
Thank you, Sam. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Sam.
guys.
Thanks, Sam.
We're the Kenny Bania to his Seinfeld,
Yeah.
right? I mean, like
Pretty much.
Ovaltine. Are we doing too much Ovaltine
we're
on
doing
this show?
the Ovaltine bit.
People have been
rules,
complaining in the comments, oh, this one's going too long. I
Yeah.
want to see the reveal. We're doing a show right now, okay?
We-
Hold your fucking horses, all right?
Do we want to do one more commercial? I know it's not booked, but
Fucking
we
right.
can put it.
Well,
in,
let
or should we
me
just
say
skip
something
it?
real quick to everybody.
No, it is
complaining
booked.
about
We're ready. The
Is
next
it?
commercial is booked. Yeah, that's right.
This
shit.
isn't about you. This is about us. We're feeding our own egos. All right, we're having a good time. All right, go
I'm
ahead.
enjoying myself here.
So I fucked up. I thought we only needed 3, but so we're gonna get this one again.
Fish fry Fridays in the windy city haze. Rolling to Lawrence for that holy praise. Breaded kites of Savior wrapped in paper gold. The smell of fried shrimp and never gets old. Down in Lawrence is on a Lenten spree, fish and shrimp, feeding salty souls like me. Forgiveness served on a platter real hot with tartar and ketchup. This spot just hits the spot.
Ye motherfucking ha. That's right.
Maybe I love that. That's a
Go
goddamn.
back Jesus, baby. Let's
That's
go.
why we got to do it twice. Twice in one.
Twice as
That's
Kay just saw that and
low.
said, "Fuck those guys. I'm not getting involved. I'm a woman of Christ. Nah, I can't do this."
I'm out of here. Fuck you guys.
Beef. What's up next?
Next bracket is that classic view.
Boom shakalaka!
And in that classic view region, the number 1 seed is Missy Carroll. The number 2 seed is former champion Brian Knights. The number 3 seed is Artie Gumball. And the number 4 seed is Alex Rude. Now let's get to group play. These will take place on Monday, March 10th. Group 1, the winner of which will play Missy Carroll, is Brian Malone, Sammy Davis Jr., 5K, and Eberflushed. Group 2, the winner of which will play Brian Knights in the next round, is the Gazoo Pervert, Joe Latham, and Covey's Burner. Group 3, and their matchup will be to face off against Artie Gumball, the winner of this group, Mailman Jack, Mallory Mecklenburg, and Kate Steensma. And group 4, who will face off, the winner of which will face off against Alex Rude, is an all Iowa contingent. Cy Sox, Sean Jankowski, and Sean Roberts. That's that classic view region, boys.
Very nice pause. This SDJ 5K, he's a runner, right? That he's into 5Ks. Is that the guy that we're talking about? He's going against.
He's something. This bracket, I have Shy Sox fan Mike as a number 2. I also have Brian Knight's former champion as number 2. I just sort of felt like Brian Knight's, who has a run in him, just wasn't the number 1 seed. Are you guys good with this?
I like it. I think that Brian even was in here earlier saying that he's washed, right? Like, so him coming in as a new number 2 seed feels good. He's got a little to prove. I like it. I like the Iowa bracket over there.
That's
the
fine.
little
fun,
Iowa.
right?
Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I want to see. I want to see what it goes. And already Sean's already up in there. I'm more Iowa than the other two.
Yes, yes.
What I want to ask what that means. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Well, you wear more Carhartt?
Like he's got to have like a silo of corn behind his house.
Yeah. What is that? What does this actually mean?
So I want to put that back up there.
Please tell me.
wanted to. So we had a great time with Sean Weir at KC. Him and his wife Micah. We hung
Good
out
family.
with them, and it was
Family.
they're awesome. But I was thinking about him, and I was like, I know he's going to be in the somewhere in the brackets, but I wanted to like get the competitive juices flowing with him. He's a nice guy, but I feel like underneath that, I know he used to be a competitive runner and all this shit. I was like, how can we get him a little fired up? I'm like, let's put the other like Cyclone people against him, and we'll make a group here of the Iowa people. And so I like to see this fire right out of the gate. That should be a great matchup. I'm really, out of the groups, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. I'm looking forward to that one the absolute most.
Bring it back up. Let's see. Let's get a good look here. So yeah, I'm trying to see. I think like an Artie Gumball Mailman Jack
round 2
matchup. I mean, like the misaligned selfies will be out of this world. It's like a selfie with like half their face in it. That feels like an Artie versus Mailman Jack matchup, and I'm here for it.
I see this comment, sort of sweet, sort of spooky. Artie's going to post this sex tape. Yeah, I was going to say if he's losing Mailman Jack, he's going to post hog, isn't he? Like, there's no question he's going to post hog. He was close to posting it for no reason.
Right.
His penis will be on, like, and then we got to compare him versus Vino.
Right. Oh, geez.
You know?
God
I don't think he's going to beat.
You don't want to go against that jump rope, man. That's fucking.
I don't think he's beating Vino.
Got to be careful. Yeah, I mean, I want to say that too, Treasy. I want to say that Jack versus Artie would be a good time, but I don't want to count out Mallory or Kate in that. Now, like, is Kate is she can get down to party in this bracket? Is she gonna come in and she's gonna start messing things up? I don't know. So that's gonna see the turnout from Mallory and Kate is gonna determine whether or not that Mailman and Artie can happen. Now we're going down even lower there in the region 2 with Brian Knights, the Gazoo pervert. Joe Latham and Covey's burner. That's just an odd threesome. Okay. Like I like Covey's burner will argue with you even if he agrees with you. Like he's like, yeah, I agree with you, but and then he's gonna go off. Now he's mostly active in Bears stuff now because White Sox Twitter isn't as much fun, with the shitty team. But yeah, I would like to see a Covey's burner Brian Knights for some reason. No shade against Joe Latham, but I think that the Brian Knights Covey's burner.
I feel like Covey's burner though would argue to vote against him, just so that he can be contrarian.
He'd spite himself. Yeah.
Like, oh, how dare! What are you, a fucking idiot? You voted for me? What a fucking moron! Like I could see that happening. So like I don't know that he gets out of there. Like,
you don't think he can get out? Who do you think is coming out of that?
He's so contrarian that he's going to be contrarian against voting for him.
Who do you think's coming out of there then, Treasy?
Latham.
Gazoo pervert,
You know why?
Latham or Burner? Oh, Latham. Okay. Why?
Latham thirst traps.
That's true.
Oh, he does have the
he's gonna
thirst
bring the
traps. There's no
He's
question.
gonna bring the
Yeah.
thirst traps. I can feel it already.
Okay.
Feel it already.
In the comments, they're breaking me down over here. I can't give a little analysis of how I got the bracket going. What the fuck? I mean, come on now.
What is Gemini coded? Is
Yeah, I
that
don't
some
understand
kind
what
of?
that means either.
I don't know. I
That's
was
some
hoping you
kind of-
guys could help me with that. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think
what it
that's from that National Treasure movie. I think that's what that's from.
is. You take it easy, Mrs. Loaf. Just
Yeah,
relax
see,
about Joe Latham.
see,
Okay?
the ladies. The
Yeah, I
ladies
know.
vote.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly.
I will say, I think Brian Malone wins his matchup in the Richard Pryor. None of the above.
When I put that together, I was like, I initially had someone else in that spot for Brian Malone, and I thought, if I put Brian Malone here, what happens? Because Sammy's out of pocket, and so is Everflushed. But will they both calm down because they're worried about getting their fucking ass beat by Brian Malone? Because I would not want to, cross Brian Malone. I'm just me personally.
Oh, like I don't think they'll talk shit to Brian Malone. Like, but that's not a safe thing to do. But like, I think I think that they'll do their normal bits, and then like, a lot of people opt out on those bits. So like, I can see Brian easily winning that one.
It's still going on, guys. Sean, for what it's worth, I was born in Iowa. The other two weren't.
Okay. I was just wondering.
They're jabronis. That's what it is.
I'm not
They're
sure.
poseurs.
Okay. I mean, it makes.
Treasy, why don't you bring in our guest?
I was gonna wait for MSS to finish his thought, but he froze up. So
I didn't freeze up. I just stopped talking. It wasn't a really good thought. I was reading my birth chart, and I got.
You should have blamed that. You should have blamed that on your internet. You should have blamed it on the internet. Hey, Alex, what
this
is up?
sucks.
Not much. How are you guys, fellas?
We're doing good. We're doing
Awesome.
good. We're 2 hours into this, so it's a
It's a shit show.
we're in a
Love it.
disposition.
Love it.
Alex, how do you like your spot in this bracket?
I think I could win my first matchup and lose in the second round like I do every year.
You don't think it's possible that
It's
that
an
Missy?
tradition.
You don't think it's possible Missy and Brian Knights are a little washed, and
Um,
you're coming up and you can get past them?
If Missy falls asleep and misses like half the matchup like she did last year, then probably maybe. But other than that,
I was going to ask you why you don't think you can beat Brian Malone. But
Oh my god! Yes. Here it is.
Guys, I just woke up. It's 4 p.m. What the fuck happened?
What's going on out there?
let's look at the
was
other
good.
side of the bracket real quick. Let's look at the other side of the bracket. Now, Alex, tell us what's going to happen on the side of the bracket away from you.
I think Jack wins his matchup and then takes out Artie.
Okay.
And like you said, Joe Latham versus Brian Knights, but Brian Knights is probably gonna beat him, and then Brian Knights versus Missy in the final.
Oh wow. Okay.
Straight chalk.
Some chalk, yeah.
I
mean,
think the Brian
especially
Knights
if Jack
Artie
takes
matchup
Artie,
is interesting.
Yeah, I think if it ends up there, if it ends
Yeah.
up happening, I think it really is interesting. But we'll see if that ends up occurring.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm
I
more
was. Go ahead.
I'm
Go
more
ahead,
interested in the play for the Missy matchup.
Yeah.
That's
Of all
that's
the
a
people
wild
we've-
ride.
Of all the people we've lost on White Sox Twitter, somehow even worse, we've kept Sammy Davis here this whole time.
He's unkillable.
It's almost
Allegedly only one burner,
Which
though.
account? I was gonna say
Only
it's
one-
gonna.
allegedly.
Which account are you gonna get from him? Is that
Well, you'll be able to spot it because the one campaigning for him is probably his burner. Yes.
like I don't even know if I would rule against. Like I couldn't even rule for him if bots went against him because like he has enough accounts that it would be the equivalent of bots.
So it's fair game. No, I
It
agree
is
with
fair
you,
game.
Tracy. That's a good way to rule it. I mean, I'll be honest with you.
Man, Missy Carroll, hope he gets through. Oh, wow.
Ooh, she wants it.
Man, she wants the
Well, I mean,
Sammy
she'll
Davis
cook it.
Jr.
That's why it'll be like 90 to
5,000.
10. Like, yeah, I'm sure she would.
He is the bots.
So, of the other groups, Alex, where do you see the most explosive piece of the other regions that we've seen?
In this bracket, I think like you talked about earlier, the Kobe's versus Joe versus Gazoo matchup in the first round is going to be electric, with Kobe trying to complain about everything, and then Joe with all the selfies to fight back.
Yep.
How about an earlier one, like a Maddie Shy Sox Mike bracket? How you feeling about that?
I fucking love that Mike wanted to come back. It's even funnier that Beef Loaf even admitted that Mike came to him, because if he didn't do that, that just seems like the most savage move by Beef Loaf to put him against Maddie. And you should have taken all the credit for that. And then I've been talking with Matt Crawford tonight. He's going to come back. He's going to come back for his matchups.
Okay. All right, good.
All right,
because I DM'd him. I said, "Hey, motherfucker, you coming back to Twitter or not?" Because the one year I left him out, and because he had taken his hiatus, he's like, "Beef, you fucked me, man. I said I was coming back." And I'm like, "All right, man, I trust you." But now he hasn't been back, and I put him in here. It's a lot of trust from the loaf to put him in there. I'm going to be honest.
Crawford also asked if he can put his matchup versus Gabe as a race instead of a Twitter poll.
He cannot. No,
because he'll cheat. He'll cheat like last time.
Yeah, it's too easy to cheat. That's right.
Yeah, you can't cheat that way.
That's correct.
Alex, do you have to message Matt Crawford on LinkedIn or what?
I somehow have his number.
Okay,
that's it. I'm leaving.
Just was wondering. I wasn't sure.
Some people are only on LinkedIn. I don't know what to do. Not saying who.
This is why we get bad reviews on Reddit, because they're like, man, they put a lot of inside jokes into their show, and then we don't get them. We don't understand it. Sox Machine doesn't do inside jokes, so they are always number one in the Reddit polls of best Sox podcast. No one listens to it, but hey, they're number one.
Oh, how dare you! Oh man, shots fired there.
What's up, Luke?
How dare you? I'm in charge of that, asshole.
You got to read it.
I'm in charge of the bracket. Fuck you.
I know what
I'll read it. He says,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Luke says, quality screen time with this guest appearance with the bracket up the entire time. Treasy's definitely feeling it now. I'm in charge of the bracket. We're talking about the bracket. I put it up for easy reference for people who haven't seen it for 3 seconds right now. All right. I have it memorized, but you guys don't.
Boys, look who's back.
Yes.
Look who's back. Yes. It's the Russian bots trying to sell horse spaces. I love it. Yes. What's up, Shermeen? Please tip us. Tip us. Number
Super
one
chat.
tip is $99.99. So please, super
tip
chat
us.
us.
If you could
Thank you.
super
Tip us
chat,
on
that'd be great.
Twitch. Yeah.
And we promise to spend it on cam girls. So please tip us.
Oh, allegedly. Alex, what's the strategy for this year?
Do you have a strategy?
Jaeger bombs again?
Cheat?
Yeah, I mean, I took the Summer George strategy of like drinking and just making that your entire thing, and just put my own twist on it. Probably gonna have to run it back.
There you go.
The
Do you have
Jaeger.
any samurai swords around that you're going to use to drink with, or no?
No samurai swords, but probably more Locos.
Throwing
Oh, shit.
stars, butterfly knives, anything? No.
I'll think of something.
Okay.
I like
That's
it.
always
There's no pre-planned content. People
Yeah,
get
no.
their seating. Well, you got to know who you're going to be against. Also, it's like you got to plan for who the people are. So they wait until the show, they come and see it, and then they got to work on it over the weekend. I love it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like cramming for a
True.
test. I love it.
Yeah, that's when the best ideas come, Luke.
Wait,
Or Luke.
yeah, Luke.
Oh shit! He just called
Perfect
me
guy
Luke.
to confuse
I know.
me with.
Sorry.
My BFF.
I was just looking in the
Alex,
comments to see him.
If you look at who's coming into you in the first round, from the first round, who do you want out of that group? Maybe if you
I
pull it back
probably
up,
like.
no
I
matter
want
what.
Sean just because he's like the nicest dude ever. So
He's
like
very
whatever
nice.
he would ever he'd throw at me, it's like I can't even like get mad at that.
All right, who do you least want then?
Probably Sean Roberts because he has like a radio show to promote the bracket
does.
the entire time.
Yep.
In theory, he can get his listeners behind him. We'll see if that ends up happening.
In
but-
theory, yeah.
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 Not
But
everyone does
going
that.
against Iowa in general was probably good for me with the Illini Twitter.
It's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
that was
so
a happy
you can
mistake.
tap into
I
that.
did that correctly, inadvertently, by the way.
Alex, we'll just sidebar real quick. Line are looking good right now. They're looking good. The beat against Michigan was a nice win. I don't know if they're still for real or not, but I like the way they're trending right now. So Illini basketball,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say back, but like we'll see. I like the way they're trending.
It's either going to be like second weekend Elite Eight again or first round loss. There's going to be no in between.
Right. I, Johnny. That's for sure. They've got a game. Saturday? Saturday is the next game. So
Friday.
It's tomorrow. All right,
tomorrow.
Close, MSS. You got close on that one. I'm
Very
proud of you.
close. I was definitely gonna Google it later.
I was gonna Google it later, but why not just try? Who cares?
Well, maybe.
Love it.
I love it. Yeah. So hey, go Illini.
All right,
Hello, baby.
Alex. Before you go,
I.
You've seen most of the brackets now. Who's winning this motherfucker?
I think it's going to be a Gabriel versus Maddie final, and for that, flip a coin.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
I love it.
Man.
A Gabriel run would be incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would be.
it's what we
Absolutely.
need.
Yeah,
need
it is.
Season Beef has ever made is making him a 1 seed this year.
Yeah, we need Gabriel to win his region triumphantly, get to the finals. Yeah, I mean that's to me personally. When I was looking at all this, I'm like, I need Gabriel at the end of this tournament.
He's
for sure.
he's in the
Agreed.
zone right now. He's in the
Agreed.
zone.
Yeah, agreed.
It's
Well,
odd
Alex-
go ahead.
Well, I was going to let Alex go. So
Yeah, you can let
make
him
your
go.
point.
That's fine. No, I'm good.
Alex, thanks for joining us, man.
Of course.
We will talk to you soon. We'll definitely have some drinks soon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night and
night.
enjoy.
Thanks, Alex. I was just
Appreciate
gonna
you,
say, there's like an overwhelming no respect for anybody that's not a top 4 seed this year going into the tournament.
Well, it's tough because you got the 3-way matchup to get out of there.
Yeah.
So you get the 3-way matchup, and then you go against someone who's a top 4 seed in one of those brackets. So it's a tough road.
What I would
you're
say
looking at-
to this though, this is the perfect breeding ground for somebody to pop out and make a run. Because there's somebody
It
that
is.
we're not paying attention to. We don't know. And
There we go. There's Brian.
maybe it's Brian Malone. It's but no, there's somebody's gonna pop out and do something crazy that we've never seen before. There's gonna be the star, the Cinderella, because we're gonna need a Cinderella. People love the Cinderellas. We're gonna get one. We just don't know where it's coming from. So I that makes me excited because I think we're gonna see something that we haven't seen, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. And I think the bracket we got coming up might have it. So, Beef, let's get on to the next bracket.
Let's do it. The last bracket. This is the 108 region.
Boom shakalaka!
Now, the 108 region lines up like the traditional region. So we will read every single seed and go down the list. Now, these matchups are going to be on Tuesday, March 11th, first round matchups here. We have the number 1 seed, the aforementioned John Nava, going against the number 16 seed, Sox Girl MG. The number 8 seed, Trey Williams, faces off against the number 9 seed, Trevor Smith. The number 4 seed, Jackie Treehorn, goes against the number 13 seed, Sammy White Sox. The number 5 seed, Kate Dunlop, goes against the number 12 seed, John Cocktoston. These matchups are going to be Monday, March 10th. Monday, March 10th. The number 3 seed, Katie Thomas, against the number 14 seed, B Raw. And B Raw is the one who hit me up on Twitter. Beef, I'm ready to be in this tournament. I need to run. And he was drunk off his ass, and he kept shooting game at me. And eventually I put him in here. He has very little followers, but I'm interested to see how he does because I took a shot. I don't even know this guy.
Like a maniac. He seems
I was
like
gonna
a
say,
maniac.
seems insane. I know nothing about him. He just accosted me on Twitter, and I'm like, let's go. Let's fucking do this.
He's on the prowl.
Number 6 seed, Jovan against the number 11 seed, Jacob Shiner. The number 7 seed, J Money High Tech against the number 10 seed, Nicole Page. And closing out the Monday, March 10th matchups in the 108 region is the number 2 seed, Jean Paul Kelly against the number 15 seed Francisco Barrios's Burner. Gentlemen, a quick question for you. Knowing a fair amount of these people right here, and knowing everyone I've ever put in a 108 tourney, is the matchup between Jean Paul Kelly and Francisco Barrios Burner the matchup of the two most miserable fucking bastards you've ever met on this app?
I'll let MSS answer that.
I mean, so while we're doing this, and Sam is on screen, Jean Paul Kelly is like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I mean, he just doesn't care. He's like, this is what I need. But yes, the short answer is yes. Gene's like online persona is so fucking miserable, and he just fucking, this is like, who are you? What's wrong with you? You suck. Fuck you. You don't remember what happened in 2012. Fuck you. This is how many tickets were sold. This guy, he is, I like Gene. Gene's not a bad person. He's a good guy. He's a good father, good husband, allegedly. I don't know because I don't really know, but he is just
allegedly.
His online persona is so early 2000s, just angry about everything and fuck you. Like,
I will say though, Barrios Burner, like that motherfucker, like we'll be at a game. I won't have my phone out. We'll be watching the game and shit. And I'll look at my Twitter notifications when we're back, like having a beer somewhere, and I'll have like 50 notifications, and it'll be like every error that happened during the game. He's like, fuck this asshole, and tags all of us.
But in person, he's a pleasant guy who's a lot of fun to hang out with.
He's so nice. Like when we met him, I was like, dude, I honestly didn't know if you hated my guts or loved me. I couldn't tell. It felt aggressive. So like, but yeah, really nice guy. But on Twitter, angry as fuck. So this is a great matchup. This is a great matchup.
Angry.
Get a quick drink from Jay Zell. He says to cue the motherfucking Blues Brothers kid. I felt he was really just crushed by the Sox last year. He had a post-game streak going for over 2 years. Shame. Cheers.
And no one remembers Freddie Garcia, man. No one remembers.
No one
never will.
Yes.
Yes.
Now I'm going to put the bracket back up here for a second. Now, tooling through this a little bit, the Trevor Smith character is hot in these streets right now.
Oh my god!
But I think the Trey Williams on the opposite side,
that's
also is kind of a fascinating character. They're two vastly different personas. Do you think this is the most interesting matchup in the entire bracket?
I think it's one of those ones where, like, I think we're so fascinated by Trevor Smith, but I don't know that everybody knows him or everybody will get it. And so it's like, it's either going to be this just runaway train or he's going to lose like 90-10 in the first round. And we're all going to be like, fuck. No one knows what's going on here.
What was that?
Alex says Trevor's got all his roommates to vote for him.
Trevor does a lot of weird stuff, says a lot of weird things on there.
Dude, Trevor was tagging me in something last week, which I totally disagreed with. And he just continually tagged me every time he brought it up. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker's just trying to get some clout before he goes in the one-way tourney. I'm not even mad at him. But, he does know Mark Gene Greco because he spelled Mark's name wrong. And Mark corrected him. And he said, sorry, sir. And Mark Gene Greco said, yes, it's that's fine. So maybe he's like a Mark Gene Greco vote. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm going to be locked in on this one. This is a matchup that I will be watching very closely.
Number 1 seed Alexis Lopez says Trevor's got my vote. So,
all right, boys. Who's the dark horse in this region? Yes, he does call Angel Reese Angle Reese. I have no idea why. And it's a weird thing, and it's never stopped. It continues to go on. I don't know why it's happening, but
I mean, I'm gonna say that the dark horse in this group is B-Raw.
I was gonna say God damn it.
B-Raw's a lunatic.
Fucking insanity. I've never encountered that account where it's not being just insane. I could see a run. I could see a run from a 14 seed in this bracket in particular. Everybody's so closely bunched. So like, yeah, I'm gonna go B-Rock.
All right. Well, I don't want to just say the same thing, you know, and I don't know, man. I don't know if he wouldn't be considered a dark horse, but I'm going to say Jackie Treehorn. I like him. I like him having been in here every week in the podcast. So that it's fun to see that, you know, and maybe he can translate his humor that he brings every week at 8 p.m. on Thursday to our YouTube audience. He can translate that out to the people in the 108 tourney, the voting public, and get himself into that next round.
I mean, to me, the dark horse in this region is Jovan. We've all met Jovan. She was at the Minneapolis thing, and she, a lot of people like her. And I think she can, like, this region, you got to think about it. Everyone has less than 1,000 followers. So if you can get a decent group behind you to like support you, and if you haven't pissed too many people off, you know, you got a shot here. And Jovan's one of those people who's not going to piss anybody off. She's friendly with everyone, gets along kind of with everyone. So I can see out of the 6th seed her coming out of here and at least getting to the final of the group here.
She's one of those few people on Twitter that actually gives you faith in the world. Like,
yes, correct. That's
like, oh my God, I forgot. There are nice people out there.
People out here.
All right. 2 things have been said in the chat that I feel we need to talk about. We have no saxophone in the tourney this year, but that's okay because I'll still be out there when it matters. Listen, there's an empty spot because Low fucked up and put the same guy in twice. So maybe we get a little bit of
there's still opportunity.
There's still opportunity. Second thing, John Nava says I will get a 108 tat if he wins this region.
Yes,
so
yes, I love it.
I mean, we're throwing things out there that you can't take back, John. I'm telling you right now, you need to do this if you actually win this. So
that's the kind of shit that makes me look the other way at the bots. Let's get a drink here quickly from Jay Zell. He says, would like a bootleg beer money this year from the 108. Are you saying like,
I don't know what that means, but yes,
we do the beer money show,
like the trivia show.
Oh, we got Gabriel. We already got Gabriel.
It could be funny. Like we could go out there in the parking lots and do that.
Gabe can ask people questions, and they'll have to try to guess the answer, and then they'll win money. Yeah,
no, that's the way we do it. Is can you beat the champ? Here's the question. And if the champ whoops your ass, you know, then you owe $20.
Right.
And when we say the champ whoops your ass, he's gonna physically beat you up.
5'7", 275 pounds. You ain't standing up.
Yeah,
then,
don't fuck with that. Don't fuck with that.
Fucking A, right?
John says serious as a heart attack. I love it. Here we go.
I love that.
Southside Bum asks, where's Beer Garden Jim in this tourney? We ain't got time for that. I'm sorry. I apologize. So.
He's telling a story out in the beer garden.
Well, yeah, about how he met his wife. So that's fine.
Yep. He's busy. He can't participate. He's going to see Offspring and other bands from the 90s at the World Music Theater. So don't worry about him.
Beef, is that all the brackets you got for us tonight?
That's it, man.
That is it.
That it is time.
We've unveiled it all.
Thank yous and GFYs. Beef Loaf, who are you thinking of GFY?
I could thank an endless list of people, but I'm going to thank one person and one person only. I'm going to thank Mrs. Beef, who was forced to listen to endless iterations of this fucking bracket and all the things that are going through my fucking head about how should I do this and this matchup and these people can beat 3 rounds later and all this shit. Bless her fucking heart for indulging me and working with me on this behemoth emotionally only. She's not putting in the bracket. She's just making sure that I don't go over the edge there. So, Mrs. Beef, thank you so much. I love you.
Oh, that's nice.
That was very nice. My Suck Summer, who are you thinking?
I'm going to thank the guy that had the idea that I thought was stupid, and you also did too. And it was a lot of work. I'm thanking Beef Loaf for continuing to do this and pushing himself to the max, seeing if he can do 108 tourney planning for 12 months out of the year. And I think he did it this year. Like, I think he worked on the tournament for 12 fucking straight months. As soon as it was over, he was already saying, I already got some good ideas that I'm going to do. And we're like, yo, relax. Let's just take 6 months and watch some bad baseball. Then you can get back in. But the man never sleeps. He never rests. So thank you, Lo, for continually doing this. People love it. And I just hope, other than the mistake you made that I didn't make, that I have made your idea come alive.
You have
graphics and ads.
You have,
even though I used music that is licensed by somebody else. No big deal. But anyway, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
We got another drink. Tina says, Mrs. Beef had to listen, and you. Had to listen, and you still messed the bracket up.
Oh my
Cheers
God.
to a great tourney, y'all.
Mistakes can be made. Thank you, though, Tina.
Sorry, I can't read at this point of the night.
Yeah, that's the Schlitz,
That's
and
expected.
it's old. It makes you blind. Treasy, who's your thank you or GFI tonight?
I'm also thanking Beefloaf. Obviously for the tournament, obviously for all the work you put into this, obviously for just really driving all of this home and making this a success every year. But mostly for having enough awkward pauses tonight that I really feel like I'm a good host. So thank you for reinvigorating my love of hosting.
I'll kill you.
I love you, Beef. We'll see everybody soon.
Hey, it's Pickle Rick, and I'm ready to get fucked up and vote for my favorites in the 108 tourney. Yeah, baby.